Okay, how about now? There we go. Better audio. Better audio. Better audio. Yay. Okay, good, 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 good. Another problem solved. Okay, I'm gonna go find something to drink. How you doing? I feel like I've met you before. I don't have starters. I have wine sheets. Let's see. Start? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I'll be right back. All right, here you go, Luca. Remember this song? Oh, I'm sorry. four-wheeler in there. Just on the roads. We, my favorite picture that we got, my son with the scenic overlook, the Masonic scenic overlook, kind of start up the road, go out of town to the west, you take that gravel up, see the whole thing, and he was wearing his BCSU sweatshirt, so it said Vikings, and of course Walhalla is the Valley of the Gods for the Vikings, right? So he's standing with this great river overlook, and it was a great picture. No, we had a lot of fun. In fact, my Twitter or my Facebook profile picture is us on that Miners Bridge. Went into that Miners Bridge and took a picture. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Ryan Koontz is in the house.
Restored that one.
No jigging. All right. Hey Ryan. You know what? You can hear a dog whistle? The dog can't whistle. Okay, guys. Last night. Okay, how loud's that crowd mic? There we go. All right, good. We're going to mute this thing.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep things a little bit loose today here at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena as we bring you back for another edition of high school hockey on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, as this afternoon we see East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central getting ready for an afternoon matinee as the Gambucci Cup Series comes to an end, even though the Gambucci Cup competition came to an end last night. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter with our video coverage coming up today from Civic Center Arena. The Green Wave picked up their 9th win of the season last night to move to 9-8-1, and East Grand Forks defeated Red River by a score of 3-0, and that will give East Grand Forks 9 points in the Gambucci Cup Series and clinch the championship of the Gambucci Cup, sponsored by KNOX Radio for East Grand Forks. So the Green Wave are the 2025 Gambucci Cup champions. However, we just had a passerby say, yeah, but now you have a chance to get the sweep. And I'm sure that the Green Wave would absolutely love the opportunity to look back on the 24-25 hockey season and say, we won all 4 games against our Grand Forks competition. Meanwhile, Grand Forks Central was beaten in overtime in their own building earlier this year, and I'm sure they're gunning for revenge because they don't want to lose both ends of the series to East Grand Forks. So even though the Gambucci Cup's not on the line, Ryan, even though there are no league standing points to be exchanged here, this one could get a little bit ROWDY by the time this one comes to an end today, and I'm looking forward to something like that happening.
Hey, listen, when I played, we didn't have the Gambucci Cup either, and we played East Side, and they were not friendly. Not friendly competitions. So that's kind of what I'm hoping, too. Like, it would have been great because my dream this whole week was, like, can we get to ourselves a 3-way tie where Central might be up a goal, they have to pull their goalie, maybe up 3-2 to try and get the goal differential, win the cup. That was all wishful thinking. It's not going to happen.
Sure.
But, like I said, neither team wants to lose to each other. Now that there's no points, no Gambucci Cup, no anything, we're going to get loose. I hope these guys get loose. I hope this is just a back-and-forth track meet hockey.
Yeah.
Rough and tumble, throwing punches, scoring goals. That's kind of what I'm hoping for this afternoon.
It could be a really 51-minute track meet type of hockey game today with not a whole lot on the line in this one. And yet, both teams looking to get better. And for East Grand Forks, a 3-0 win over Grand Forks Red River, a team that's playing well right now. They're on an ascent. They get ready for Moorhead coming up on Tuesday, so they definitely are going to get a good test there. Moorhead's one of the top teams in Minnesota AA hockey, getting ready to come here coming up on Tuesday night. And for Central, yeah, got the win over Fargo Davies, but took a shot from their crosstown rival Red River back on Tuesday. The win over Davies was good, but probably not pretty. And talking with Grant Paranica this morning on KNOX Coaches Saturday, he said what we really have to do here is we've got to tighten up in the defensive zone. So he'll look at this as a chance to see if Central can pull that off today.
Yeah, this is a perfect game for Central. You know, they haven't been playing great. It's been a couple of weeks where we've kind of seen Central in and out of games. They were not good on Tuesday. I don't think they were great for a complete game against Davies, even though we didn't see it. That's kind of the feedback. So this is a game where they can come in against a team who's good, an emotional game, and try and get themselves sort of back on track where they can go 51 minutes strong. They can work on some things like you said. I mean, ultimately, if they lose, there's just pride on the line. But ultimately, yeah, like you said, they want to win, measure themselves, and try and get their game going upward because I don't think it's a little flat right now for Central.
Yeah, and it's time to see if they can take that step, and so we'll see if they can do that today as they enter the matchup overall record of 10-4. And we bring it to you today courtesy of our premier sports partners. They include Grand Trailer Sales right here in East Grand Forks, your home for all things trailer in East Grand Forks. If it's time for a new trailer, no matter the model or purpose, they've got you covered with all the makes and models of trailers on their lot here in East Grand Forks on Highway 2 East. And if it's time for service, they definitely have you covered with the best parts and service department you're looking for. Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks, one of our premier sports partners, as is Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. You can find them online at rivards.com. Things got nasty again in the weather today when it's time to clean up after that with a premium ice melting product, you need Rivard's Turf and Forage. They have a premium ice melter that you can find as one of their many products on their website at rivards.com. And as we roll into the spring, when it's time to get ready for that Turf and Forage project, either beautification or bringing in that big buck in the fall hunting season, Rivard's Turf and Forage has you covered with those products as well. Stop and see them or check them out online at rivards.com. Pre-game report on the way. We'll dive into Drive for the Title. We'll give you a look at the standings in the Eastern Dakota Conference coming in today. They won't change with this one today, but it's a measuring stick of where teams are. And the latest Class A hockey rankings from MN Hockey Hub in Minnesota. We'll also take a look at our game fuel, the players that'll make it possible. A look at the keys to the game and our starting lineups and hockey scheduled for a 2 o'clock puck drop today. And based on the warm-up clock, we're already going to start late today, even though there is no junior varsity matchup.
Classic.
We are on Greater Grand Forks Hockey Standard Time. That's what I like to call it. We never get these underway on time, and I'm okay with that. Let's enjoy some afternoon hockey today. Central East Grand Forks, we have it for you next on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Wow, Ram buyers, listen up. Right now, get 22% off all remaining Ram trucks at Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. Yep, you heard right, 22% off. You pick 1500 or heavy duty and save 22% right off the top. Or get 0% for 72 months on select Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Pacifica, or Dodge Hornet. These are huge discounts and 0% is back. It's a great time to take a test drive. Grab these huge discounts and low financing now at Nelson Auto Center, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, and Luca Carpenter with our coverage of East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central in the Gambucci Cup Series this afternoon. The Green Wave and the Knights set to finish off the Gambucci Cup Series with East Grand Forks in possession of the Gambucci Cup. In fact, I was told this morning that the staff made sure that it was over here last night in case they clinched it, so now East Grand Forks has it. They don't even have to bring it out to the bench, Ryan. It's just secure. They can lock it up in the trophy case or whatever they do with it, you know.
Does each player get a day with it like the Stanley Cup?
That would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you do with the Gambucci Cup if you had it?
Well, since you bring it up, in our men's league, we have the Stanley Keg that we play for.
Of course you do.
So it's about a 3-foot tall keg with a bowl welded on it, and we've taken it golfing. Took it to the lake one year.
Okay.
We've had some fun with it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I don't know if you trust the kids to bring it back. All of a sudden it goes missing. But nonetheless, East Grand Forks has it. And this one's for bragging rights this afternoon. With the Green Wave looking for a sweep of the Grand Forks competition this year, Central trying to avoid being swept by East Grand Forks. Our pregame report brought to you today by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life with Signature Graphics and Apparel. With their custom etching, they can put patches onto almost any type of apparel that you're looking for. They're beautiful, they're custom made, they can mimic a lot of different things, and they're very durable. They stand up to all the rigors that you'll put at it when you're wearing it a lot. And of course, they have custom embroidery as well. They have vinyl signage for you at Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel. And our pregame report is brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values and ready to serve you with 10 locations throughout the Red River Valley. For those John Deere products that you've come to know and love generationally, whether it's around your home or lawn or around your farm, True North Equipment has you covered. True North Equipment, 10 locations and ready to serve you all throughout the Red River Valley throughout this upcoming growing season. Well, let's take a look at our drive for the title segment as we give you a look at not necessarily what's on the line today, because there's not a lot on the line, but we can give you a look at what at least these teams have done as far as a resume up until this point. Now, the record for East Grand Forks and the record for Central will be outdated. Actually, Central's record will not. East Grand Forks' will, after they won last night. But the Hockey Hub Minnesota Class A rankings coming into today, again, it's not a clean list. There's been so much competition by the Minnesota A teams up against AA competition in Minnesota that 11-4-3, I mean 4 losses and 3 draws, is in the number 1 spot right now with Hermantown, in part because it's Hermantown, but even Hermantown has gone out there and found 7 games they couldn't win this season. Cloquet currently 2nd, Monticello is 3rd, War Road is 4th, and Hibbing comes in number 5. Northfield is number 6 this week. St. Cloud Cathedral number 7 with a record of 9-7-2. East Grand Forks now 9-8-1. They would come into the number 8 spot. Minneapolis is 9th, and Little Falls is 10th in this week's poll. And on the Eastern Dakota Conference side of the river, that win by Grand Forks Red River and then holding serve against Devil's Lake on Thursday has put Red River in a spot where they're challenging for that number 2 spot in the conference right now. Central with 30 points. They picked up 3 over Fargo Davies, kind of the hard way back on Thursday night, but they held on for a win against a Davies team that was game against them. West Fargo, 26 points in the league right now. Red River, 23 points. Davies, 21. Seems like there's separation there. Cheyenne back in the number 5 spot, but more than 2 games out of the top 4. So when there's competition for home ice, you can kind of see who's setting themselves up for a first-round game on their home surface.
Yeah, and then Red River obviously sitting there, like you talked about, in 3rd, 3 points back, game in hand. Still have West Fargo to play.
Sure.
Still have a second game against Davies to play. Got a 6-pointer against Grafton. I'm just looking through the list trying to... That might be it. That might be it for Red River's EDC competition.
Sure, yep. But they've got some things ahead of them where they can close that gap with West Fargo and see if they can. Now, I believe they lost the first time around to West Fargo.
They lost to West Fargo the first time.
So if they tie them, there's some goal differential things and things like that that come into play. But that win over Central was big. If Red River didn't have that win, it might be a long road to try to catch West Fargo at that point. If they got that win, that was a big one. Cheyenne, North, South Shanley, Devil's Lake, going in that 14, 13, 10, 9-point range right now. So the play-ins, if things ended today, would be South Shanley hosting Mayport area, Devil's Lake hosting Grafton Park River, and then we'd move on to the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament. 1 round at the home sites this year in the EDC. I had to ask about that because in volleyball they went to 2 rounds at home, but it's going to be 1 round and then move on to the Eastern Dakota Conference Tournament, but home ice is definitely a factor there. And that's Drive for the Title. It's brought to you by Toys for Trucks. They are your car, truck, and accessory supercenter in Grand Forks. We've got colder weather still to come. Get an auto start that works for you each and every time with Toys for Trucks. Make that commute to work much more comfortable and take some of the sting out of winter. And when it's time to get ready for the summer driving season, they have a complete showroom full of custom wheels and rims, performance tires. That's good for all seasons of the year. And they can make sure that you're outfitted the way that you need to be. Toys for Trucks, 6105 Gateway Drive, Highway 2 West in Grand Forks, bringing you our drive for the title segment tonight. Our pregame report is brought to you this evening by True North Equipment and by Signature Graphics and Apparel. Up next, we'll take a look at our game fuel. That's just around the corner, so do stay with us. Our coverage of high school hockey continues in a moment on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Wow, Ram buyers, listen up. Right now, get 22% off all remaining Ram trucks at Nelson Auto in Grand Forks. Yep, you heard right, 22% off. You pick 1500 or heavy duty and save 22% right off the top. Or get 0% for 72 months on select Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Pacifica, or Dodge Hornet. These are huge discounts and 0% is back. It's a great time to take a test drive. Grab these huge discounts and low financing now at Nelson Auto Center, Grand Forks.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports this afternoon from East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. The Green Wave, 9-8-1, taking on a Grand Forks Central team that is currently 10-4, getting ready to finish up the Gambucci Cup Series today. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, Luca Carpenter with you today. Our pregame report brought to you this afternoon by Signature Graphics and Apparel. It's your vision. Make it come to life at Signature Graphics and Apparel, and brought to you by True North Equipment. True to your values with 10 locations to serve you and ready to serve you throughout the Red River Valley. Well, we get ready to close this one up today as far as these two teams and these three teams in a 4-game series. seeing each other throughout the course of the year. East Grand Forks has won the Gambucci Cup. So the Green Wave are holding on to it with 9 points in the series, and now looking for a pretty rare sweep over the Grand Forks competition as Central comes to town to finish up the series today. Let's take a look at our Game Fuel presented by Circle K in Grand Forks. Circle K with their latest new building, South Washington and Midtown. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They have you covered with the service that you're looking for, including a car wash, and new locations popping up all the time. They're on South Washington and 40th, 24th in Columbia, and 32nd Avenue South by the interstate. Circle K bringing you our Game Fuel for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Hunter Varnson continues to lead the team in scoring, and Hunter has been steady Eddie for this team this year. A lot of helpers. The top goal scorer is Tucker Lovejoy. Varnson with 18 points on 5 goals and 13 assists. Tucker Lovejoy, 12 goals, leading goal scorer on the season, 17 points there. Cooper Hill's Jace Panzer, that's 16 and 13 points respectively in the East Grand Forks scoring derby. For Central, Cooper DeZiel, 25 points on the year. Ryder Burris, 22 points on the year. Donovan Bollock with 20, and then Gavin Walkenfuss and Trey Clausen each coming in at 18 points, and both of them in the same numbers with 8 goals and 10 assists. And so you kind of put them together. And the real lesson out of all of that is that there's some pretty good balance there. Clausen's down on the third line. Donovan Bollock, I believe, is playing off of the second line. No, the first line, rather. DeZiel is on the second line. Burris is on the third line. So, you know, of your top 5 scorers, a couple of those guys are playing third line hockey, and that's really, really good balance right now for Grand Forks Central.
Yeah, I think for Central, we've talked about this many times, Ryan, is any night any one of these 3 lines for Central can be their line. What I think we need to see from Central is all 3 get going.
Sure.
Every game. Instead of just saying, okay, who's going to be good tonight? No. Every line has the ability to be the best line. They should play like it every shift. There's depth throughout this whole roster. That's what we need to see. We need to get a couple guys get hot. Ryder Rivard, he needs to get hot again. He started off the season great. We need to start seeing him on the score sheet. Che Kwame's been playing great. He hasn't been on the score sheet as much as his play would suggest. But, if you can get that line rolling, Central's a tough team to beat. We've talked about it all year, but everyone's got to go.
And if there's a couple of people that you wanted to talk about for East Grand Forks, the guys that I would talk about would be sophomore Max Beese on the blue line. When we've seen him, he's got plenty of ability and can put some things together from an offensive standpoint back on the blue line. And Nolan Mellebrook, I think, has looked really good in the second half of the season. He might be a guy that could step into the scoring derby for the Green Wave as well.
Yeah, both of those guys. In the games that we've done, I'm thinking back to that World game and even earlier than that, the games that we've done here, both of those guys have stood out. Mellebrook is a really nice surprise there. I shouldn't say surprise. He's been around for a while. But Max Beese is a sophomore, like you said. He looks poised, looks in control. He gets a lot of opportunities from the blue line. He's got a good shot. He gets it on net. So, yeah, those are both guys that can contribute for East Grand Forks.
Lots of depth. Very, very good players on both of these teams. Should be a great hockey game today. And that is our Game Fuel, and it's presented by Circle K. As we continue with our pregame report today, our thanks to Circle K for bringing you today's Game Fuel. Our pregame report continues, brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. And when we come back, after the lights go out, as you can see here, when we come back, we'll take a look at our keys to the game presented by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey. It's East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central this afternoon on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always...
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com. Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Well, I'll tell you what, at the beginning of the night, we told you that it was going to be kind of loose here tonight. They took some time off of the warm-up clock, and we're getting started early this evening, even though we were going to start late. Actually, we're probably going to start on time, but there was some time that came off of the clock here tonight, and that's okay. Okay, that's kind of what we expected in this one. East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central starting lineups being announced right now. Before we get to our national anthem, let's just take a look at our keys for the game tonight. And our keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. At Jarrell Sports Center, it's always hockey season. Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World has you covered for any pad, any stick, any type of equipment you need for any hockey position year-round. And precision skate sharpening to make sure you have the right edge for any sport that you're looking for. Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for this season. For East Grand Forks, match the depth. You get down to third line, Central might have an edge. So you've got to rise up and play that well. And for East Grand Forks, confront them when you're in your own defensive zone. You can't let Central stand around. They will find a way to beat you. And for Central, tighten up that defense. We talked about that. Use the body. Teams have been getting physical with Grand Forks Central lately, and it's successful. They've got to find a way to return some of that run.
Yeah, I think for East Grand Forks, the other thing, too, is you kind of talked about it, confront the defensive zone. You know Central likes to attack the net, so protect the front of your net. That should be a bullet point on that one. And then for Central, honestly, Ryan, what I'd like to see a little more is just a little more stretch in the ice a little bit. I feel like the last few games we've seen them, it's very methodical from zone to zone. They have speed, they have talent. Get your guys going north, stretch the ice, pull East Grand Forks, open up some lanes, get going a little bit.
That's a look at the keys to the game brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Ladies and gentlemen, your national anthem. Well, you know, the first season that comes to an end in high school hockey in the greater Grand Forks area is the Gambucci Cup season. That ends before you get into section tournaments or conference tournament play. The first season that comes to an end is always going to be the Gambucci Cup season. And hard to believe, Ryan, it seems like just a couple of days ago we were talking about, hey, let's get that West Fargo Central game on. That looks like it's going to be a good one. That was the first one we had, right?
That was.
And now here we are. We're going to finish off the Gambucci Cup series. And, you know, when this is done, there's kind of, you like flip a switch here a little bit, because both teams know that when this one's over, that's usually the last kind of fun game they have. East Grand Forks going to play Moorhead on Tuesday. And, yeah, not a section game, but I'll tell you what, you win that one and you find yourself in a state tournament, seed goes up, right? Beating a team like Moorhead. And for Central, everything's for points when you get done with this one tonight.
Yeah, you pulled up the drive for the title, the rankings. I feel like those standings in single A were almost the exact same as they were 3 weeks ago when Warwood was here, or whenever that was. There hasn't been much movement.
No.
So, yeah, for East Grand Forks to get a couple of big wins and get themselves up, and maybe that top 5 would be huge.
Now, for those of you that are viewing on KNOX Live Sports tonight, you can see us moving some elements around on the screen. The reason our scoreboard technology does not work here at Civic Center Arena, and so there are some things we have to do manually, and we're just kind of tired of doing them manually. So what you've got is picture-in-picture, and we'll get that set up for you here throughout the course of the night. It is not 2-0, by the way. It's no score as we get underway with high school hockey tonight on the Rivard Surf and 4-H Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports. Central taking control of the opening draw. This will come back to center ice for Che Kwame. Off near wing, Ryder Rivard. Back to Kwame, left circle, trying to drop one off. Rivard charging, and ends up just a little bit shy of Rivard being able to get there. Back to Kwame near circle, and he takes a hit right away on the near side of the ice. That one coming off the near edge from Corbett. And the puck will end up back into the Grand Forks Central zone where it's chased down the corner. Green Wave looking to track it in. It's on the near side ice for East Grand Forks. And a turn by Hunter Varnson out of the corner that will put this back out at center ice. And now Mac Blue gets into a foot race with Tucker Lovejoy. And Blue had a chance to send one wide to the net. Ends up off the end wall. Puck back near side, Judd Pesh. Pesh brings it up into the offensive end, a touch into the neutral zone, and then again knocked back down into the Grand Forks Central end. It looked like East Grand Forks was being summoned off. Instead, they just left the puck alone. Here come the Knights on a drive by Gavin Walkenfuss, who's played well lately, and Walkenfuss ends up sending that one wide into the far corner. Back to Walkenfuss, trying to drive his way in. Walkenfuss got to the corner, turns it back out near side. Cooper DeZiel sends one wide to the net. Mac Blue coming over to pick it up. Judd Pesh is there to take care of that puck. Now loose again. DeZiel right out in front. Walkenfuss a chance, and it's kicked away by Noah Schindele. That was a heck of a play. Walkenfuss had an opportunity, golden opportunity, that came up empty.
Yeah, I mean, we're a minute and a half in, and Central's had 3 good looks already. 2 missed the net, but that one there, big save by Schindele to keep it 0-0 early. Another chance coming.
Here comes Central again up the ice. A loose puck out in front of the net. Walkenfuss reaching for it, and Schindele will dive to knock it out of play. Puck comes back up on the near side. Noah Freeze widening out towards the near side wall. Freeze loses the puck, works back into the corner. Wyatt Cordes from the side of the net, sending it back towards the high slot. Puck will go loose to the far wall. Ryder Burra stepping in for a touch for Grand Forks Central. A loose puck at center ice after a collision. Played a little better than 2 minutes. No score on the all-true scoreboard. Puck loose in the neutral zone, sent back down by East Grand Forks, and some fisticuffs after that as Jordan Nowaki sent it down, was coming up on a change and threw a couple of hands, and then a huge collision between 2 Green Wave ends up wiping out line mates Jace Van Epps and also Hunter Barnson. Knights will chip one in, and Schindele's going to cover, and we'll have a draw coming up here in the East Grand Forks zone.
Boy, a huge chance there for I think it was Hunter Varnson, caught intercepted a pass just inside the blue line. Looked like he had some room to walk in, but ends up colliding with his own teammate. That was a nasty hit for both guys. Both guys went flying.
One of the worst hits that we've seen all year, and his 2 teammates taking each other out in that situation.
Arms and legs flailing everywhere as those guys tumbled to the ice.
Puck ends up on the far side of the ice, and it's picked up by Jace Van Epps for East Grand Forks. We have no score. Central trying to come out of the neutral zone with possession. Finn Lockwood looking off towards the right side. Lockwood finding Mason Bensley, who steps in the lineup on the 4th line. Loose puck. Van Epps coming up the ice, driving one wide to the net. Cooper Hill's chasing it down from a steep angle. Put that one in. line, and we'll see Weston Nielsen reach down to cover that up. For Grand Forks Central, will draw again in the central zone with 14:07 left in the first period.
Well, 3 minutes in, we kind of got our wish, Ryan. This is
Yeah.
a little back and forth, huh?
There
Up
hasn't
and down
been.
the ice.
I think, the coach speak would be there hasn't been a lot of structure so far,
okay.
right?
That's okay. For us, anyway. I don't know if the coaches appreciate it, but for us, it's great.
I don't know that the coaches will be doing a whole lot in the game today unless it's tight down the third period, right? Off the draw, puck ends up sending wide. Tucker Lovejoy tried to play one back to the slot. He's now got it back behind the net. Sends it out in front. A quick collision. Mellebrook trying to get one away from the high slot. Ends up being deflected on its way through. A loose puck left side. Cole Beese out towards the line. Lost control of it. Ryder Rivard comes away with the puck for Central. Gets stood up in the neutral zone, and Max Beese, back on the back check, will get to the puck and send it back up towards the dotted line that separates one end from the other. Central trying to patrol the neutral zone, and this will be cleared by East Grand Forks for icing. Our draws are brought to you by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region, and brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks.
Yeah, Cole Beese got the worst of that collision with Ryder Rivard. He kind of put himself in Ryder's path, but if he hadn't, Ryder Rivard's gone on a possible 3-on-1, so great play, even though he, like I said, kind of took the brunt end of it. Good defensive play.
Jace Van Epps did a nice job of pulling around a defender, and a shot goes into the slot from the right point. It was sent in by Judd Pesh in the air. It hit Van Epps in the body and was deflected wide, but it gave Weston Nielsen something to look at for a moment. Nick Corbett back to pick up a puck for the Green Wave, playing with Pesh. Rokes back up into the neutral zone. Cooper Hills had a touch, lost it. Mac Blue near side. He gets taken out. Big hit thrown by Judd Pesh, and that put Blue on the ice. Puck will go loose back to the neutral zone. And Mac Blue back into the central end to take control. This one ends up squirting through the ice for icing. And now we're moving back into the central zone for a draw with 12:51 left in the first period.
And we've seen both teams kind of do what they do in the offensive zone. Central's done a really good job of getting pucks around the net, attacking it. That's what they do best. And when you watch East Grand Forks in the offensive zone, Ryan, they like to roll that third forward high and kind of work from one side and then find that seam pass across the ice. They've done it a couple times and got some good looks off of it.
Green Wave win a draw, no one home to take control of it. This will fly all the way back in East Grand Forks end. Cole Schmiederberg back on the back check to get to it, and a mishandle gives Central the puck out in front of a wave, and a one-timer that came from Trey Clausen. Boy, that happened fast as a hiccup. Just a bit of a mishandle, and Clausen had a chance. It comes back into the East Grand, rather the central end. Clausen trying to bring it back up in the neutral zone. Now it's an official that gets hit, so the night is complete. An East Grand Forks hit, a central hit, and an official going down. We covered all the boxes here, Ryan. Everything's free hockey from here, right?
You know, the rule with the officials is if you go down, you got the first round after the game.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yep.
Is that in the training manual as they send a puck up into the stands on the far side? You know,
I think that's one of those unwritten rules, I think.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure that's not in the National Federation of High Schools rule book.
Most likely not. So I might have just outed everybody. My bad. But it is a rule.
It's, by the way, it's Coca-Cola that they're
Cokes. Yeah. First round of Cokes.
Yeah. While you decompress and talk about the game intelligently and educate yourselves, right?
By the way, Eric Martinson and Reed Hutton, the big dogs, doing the game today. Like to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, when it was scheduled, there could have been a Gambucci Cup on the line today, but in the long run, East Grand Forks sealed that up last night. Back on the neutral zone, Finn Lockwood throwing it down the ice. Max Beese will pick it up off the right wall. He gets turned around, a bit of a poke check that Ryland Spicer was able to step into. Kirkaby playing back to the high slot with Bensley crashing. Fourth line on the ice for another shift here for Grand Forks Central. Another puck tossed up into the webbing. That was tossed up there by Sean Lind, who is the fourth line center today for East Grand Forks, and will draw with 11:34 to play in the opening period.
Yeah, both teams on the fourth line. Has he played? Sean Lind, has he played?
I have not seen him in the lineup sheet this year.
Yeah, I haven't either. And then on the other side, Mason Bensley up for Grand Forks Central. Name we haven't seen much. Usually it's Brady Fee on that line.
And also, one more change. East Grand Forks going to play 7 defensemen today because they're listing Bodie Schmaltz as a defenseman. That would be number 7 as far as their depth chart is concerned on the line sheet today for East Grand Forks. Puck back into central end, no score. 11:15 to play in the opening frame. Puck rather. I apologize, I had some basketball last night. Boone Canta up in the neutral zone. Back sticking this one back into the East Grand Forks end. Be picked up off the end wall by Nick Corbett. And a big hit again. That's Che Kwame that threw a body and absolutely cleaned out Tucker Lovejoy as Lovejoy goes off the ice. In the meantime, East Grand Forks is offside and will come out onto the central line for a draw.
Yeah, Tucker Lovejoy is looking up the ice trying to make a play. I don't know if he knows who hit him, but he sure knows he got hit because that was a massive collision on the wall.
Pretty good crowd has gathered in here after all.
Yes, it has.
It was an absent arena because there was no junior varsity matchup before this and had kind of a weird feel to it, but we were wondering if the crowd would show. In the end, they do. Weston Nielsen transitioning a puck for Central back in his own end. No score between Grand Forks Central and East Grand Forks in the final game of the Gambucci Cup Series for the year. Cooper Hills reaching in for the Green Wave out of the corner. Back handling this. Back out in front. Big one-timer and a kick save by Weston Nielsen from Jace Van Epps. Van Epps hit a one-timer absolutely on the button, and the kick save by Nielsen. Now Varnson up the ice with a wrister, and Weston Nielsen flashes a little bit of leather.
Weston Nielsen dialed in early. That one-timer was clean.
It was.
And it was in tight, and Weston got his left pad out. I mean, about as quick as you can possibly get it out, and then he follows it up with a huge glove save to keep it 0-0.
10:29 to play opening frame. We draw again in the Grand Forks Central end. Loose puck back towards the near side. Knights go out to pick it up. It'll be Logan Nielsen that sends it back into the neutral zone, and this sneaks past Wyatt Cordes, waiting to hold the zone for the Green Wave. Now the Green Wave will send one back into the central zone. And back is Finn Lockwood to pick it up for the Knights. This will rotate back left wall for East Grand Forks neutral zone. Taken back right along the dotted line by Gavin Walkenfuss for Central. Lockwood backing away from Cordes, trying to look for an angle to send one up deep for Central. DeZiel had a chance at it. Tried to play for Mac Blue, cutting on his right. Cole Beese is back to back check for East Grand Forks and plays it out towards the left side. Noah Freeze getting on a rush. Freeze trying to get a step, does, being dragged down as he comes in. Puts one in on Weston Nielsen. He'll cover it up. And we'll see a draw coming up in the central zone, but that was a heck of a play by Noah Freeze to get free. Just kind of ran around Kason Panzer's check attempt.
Yeah, all of a sudden he just turned on the Jets and got a step on Panzer, and I love that play. When you get a step on the defenseman, just cut right to the net. Usually you get a chance. They take you down for a penalty. Something good usually happens. In that case, nothing, but I like the play nonetheless.
Jace Panzer, Trey Clausen for the draw, and this will be pitchforked back out in the neutral zone by Central. Green Wave back on it. East Grand Forks gets Nolan Mellebrook to the puck. They'll turn it off left board. Tucker Lovejoy spins one back up in the East Grand Forks zone. Behind the net, Panzer waving at it. Can't come up with it cleanly. This will be taken back on the left side by Ryder Burris for Grand Forks Central. He got it back in the neutral zone, and Lovejoy comes away with control for the Green Wave. Along the checkered line, Lovejoy stepping back into his own end, turns up left side, then made a quick play to the right edge for Jace Panzer. Panzer out of position to take that one, or Lovejoy's pass too far up the ice. Either way, icing. So we head back into the East Grand Forks zone for a draw. 9:10 left of the opening period, still scoreless.
Yeah, we haven't seen the puck much in this end, have we, Ryan? I mean, after a good start by Central, it's been kind of tilted a little bit. It's been mostly East Grand Forks in Central zone. The shots are 5-1 right now.
Central takes control of the draw, turns this one back into the East Grand Forks end. Behind the net, Hunter Varnson picking it up, and now a whistle. It looks like a penalty coming up. Going to see an interference call coming up against, it would appear, Central.
Yep.
And we'll see an interference call against Brady Kirkaby. So Kirkaby for interference, and the time of the penalty is at 8 minutes even. And we'll see a power play opportunity for East Grand Forks, brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com. This is a big opportunity for East Grand Forks. Their power play is very good. Behind the net, Hunter Varnson looking back out high slot. A toss. That one came from Jace Van Epps into the left corner. Van Epps will turn it back to Noah Freeze behind the net. Freeze deep angle, hit Weston Nielsen. Now Cooper Hills over to pick up the puck against Cooper DeZiel out there in the penalty kill for Grand Forks Central. Another toss in that's deflected out of play, and we'll see a draw coming up in the central zone. 22 seconds off the power play clock for the Green Wave.
Huge save by Weston Nielsen, Ryan, but I don't even think he was looking. I think he was looking to his left, lost the puck. It came from the right, so I don't even know if he saved it as much as just hit him in the side. Good break for Central there.
Might have just found him in that situation. Knights take control of the draw, send one back to the neutral zone. Now keep in mind, the Green Wave scored two shorthanded goals. I'm sorry, the Knights scored two shorthanded goals against Davies back on a Thursday night. Puck brought up by East Grand Forks in the power play, and this will be cleared out of the corner by Mac Blue after a drive into the offensive end for Max Beast came up shorthanded.
Yeah, you can see why. I mean, every time we watch Central play, as soon as their defensemen get the puck in the defense zone on the kill, their forwards are going, and they're throwing the puck up the ice and hoping they can spring them for a shorthanded chance.
Donovan Bollock steps in and breaks up an opportunity to possess the puck for Chase Panzer, and the Green Wave trying to find a way up the ice with half of the penalty clock expired. Again, a power play brought to you by RBB Electric. East Grand Forks on the first power play of the night. Tucker Lovejoy stepping up at the offensive end, dishing off towards the right wall for Nolan Mellebrook. Mellebrook with Cole Beese in his back pocket in the corner. Mellebrook will turn it back out high slot. Nick Corbett into traffic. Weston Nielsen a chest-high save and holds on for a draw with 39 seconds left. It's been a pretty good kill for Central, but it's been a methodical kill for Grand Forks Central. They've cleared the puck a few times and surrendered the draw.
Yeah, they have, and I was just going to say, Donovan Bollock out there, he put some pressure down here in about 20 seconds. So he's one of those guys where he's so dangerous shorthanded because he's always going his speed. He can cause problems if you're up a man against Central.
Puck comes back out high slot for Nick Corbett for East Grand Forks. They control the draw. Mellebrook into traffic, knocked down. Corbett picks it up, dishes back. Lovejoy left circle. Mellebrook right side fires. That one deflected. It came back to the right side for Mellebrook into the corner and back out to Corbett on the right point. No score, 15 seconds left in the power play for East Grand Forks. Lovejoy, Corbett to the right circle, picked up by Jace Panzer. Panzer trying to weave one through a pair of defenders. That one deflected into the corner. One more chance for East Grand Forks, still in the offensive end. Penalty clock down to 3 seconds. Off the left side, Cole Beast, Lovejoy high slot, fires one in just at the horn of the penalty clock. It's gloved by Weston Nielsen. He didn't secure it, but now the Knights at full strength and up ice, 3-on-3. And a drive inside the pipe off the left side by Donovan Bollock. You heard it hit clean. That hit the inside of the pipe and came back out as Bollock got one away from his deep angle. Boy, oh boy, that hit absolutely clean. That just rang in your ears. You can hear it come out. And Trey Clausen comes back up into the offensive end for Central. A backhander towards the net that Schindele will paddle away. You can't hit the pipe more
You
crisp.
cannot hit it more square than Bollock did. I mean, man, is that close. But the play starts, Ryan, down here. The last waning seconds of that power play, Jace Panzer had a wide open look. Central found that cross-ice seam, but Logan Nielsen stepped up, blocked the puck, and then a few seconds later, Central turned it into that 2-on-1 opportunity where Bollock hit the post.
No score with 6:25 left of the opening period. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All True this afternoon. Puck back out in the neutral zone off the draw. Being carried up into the offensive end by East Grand Forks is Noah Freeze. This comes back towards the near side. Green Wave trying to get back towards the puck right along the half line. Jordan Nowaki. He got turned around near side by Trey Clausen of Central. And then Clausen throws a little back check into Judd Pesh at the end of that. But no harm, no foul here this afternoon as, like we said, this one might get a little loose today. A play back to the neutral zone by Ryder Burris deflects off a Green Wave and back in to the East Grand Forks zone. Clausen's in the corner to pick it up. Van Epps was able to turn it back into the East Grand Forks end to take control for the Green Wave, and Cole Schmiederberg will turn it out of the corner. Back out to center ice, Hunter Varnson. Varnson being hounded by Mac Blue all the way over to the central bench. It's picked up out of a pile of snow with Cooper DeZiel, then lost to Cooper Hills of East Grand Forks. He'll play it back to Varnson on the left wall. Loose puck taken up, a drive by Van Epps deflected. Nielsen reaches out, the net's wide open. Nielsen dove, came out of the crease, ends up losing his stick in the meantime. The net open, but only momentarily. Central clears it, goes on the rush. DeZiel waves it into the far corner, and here comes East Grand Forks back on the transition. Varnson, high slot, Hill, shot blocked. That block came off the front from Wyatt Blake, and Central will turn it back into the East Grand Forks end.
A couple of huge blocks for Grand Forks Central, shot blocks by defenders.
And Wyatt Blake will ring it down the left wall as Cole Beast goes over to pick it up for East Grand Forks, and Central changes up. Just under 5 to play in the opening period. Beast sends it back down the wall. Nielsen holding it back behind the net, finding Finn Lockwood. Right side Mason Bensley gets turned around as Jace Panzer takes control of the puck for East Grand Forks. And the puck comes back towards the near edge again. Picked up, Corbett taking a look. Correction, that was Max Beast. Now Kirkaby comes away with it. Back to Beast on the right point. Sends one in wide, a little wink, and wide of the net. Jace Panzer was able to come over and cover the ground off the left wall for East Grand Forks to hold it up in the Green Wave zone. 4:20 to play here in the opening period. Bensley looking to get it out. This has been tilted ice in favor of East Grand
Where did that
Forks.
hit?
Weston Nielsen takes one off the body that deflects back to his stick hand, and there's a lot of really funny bounces going on in this one today, particularly on the central side of the ice. Loose puck picked up by Central, brought up the ice by Rylan Spicer. He sends one wide, hard carom off the end wall. A follow from Che Kwame, but he fans on it. It goes loose in the neutral zone, and Logan Nielsen will hold it down. Central will change up again. Green Wave back after it. Cole Schmiederberg turns it back towards the near side. Cordes trying to get free. Puck lost. Turnover. Bollock looking. Hits the pipe again. He hit the inside of the pipe last time. He hits the outside of the pipe this time. Same pipe on Schindley's left glove hand and on Bollock's right as he tried to go wide across the crease on the shot.
He was in the same spot, and it was the same shot. He had that far side open, and he just hit the pipe again. Unbelievable.
Scoreboard updates are brought to you by All True. The score tonight is Iron 2, Bollock nothing. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000.
Yeah, Donovan Bollock's going tonight, isn't he?
He is. He's had 2 good chances, and he wins a face-off for Grand Forks Central with Che Kwame trying to take the puck from Wyatt Blake in the East Grand Forks end. Bollock over to try to pick one up, goes loose out along the line. Hunter Varnson changes direction, turns this back into the central zone with Hills trying to give chase. Hills gets buried near side by Ryder Rivard. Puck will be knocked free through the neutral zone. They're waving off icing. Central's going off on a change, and Nick Corbett is back to pick up the puck for East Grand Forks. They'll play it off left side, finding Lovejoy. Correction, Van Epps comes back to Hills on the right. Varnson trying to follow that. Central tries to clear with Rivard back on the back check again. Corbett picks it up for East Grand Forks in his own end. Comes back towards the near side, looking for Cooper Hills. A toss back through the neutral zone. Too strong for Varnson to handle. Finn Lockwood takes control for Central. Spins it back to the right wall, and this will trickle back into the Green Wave end. It's picked up by Trey Clausen. He had a man hunting with him as well. The hard crash down the slot from Jake Spicer, but Clausen couldn't pick up the puck cleanly, and it cost an opportunity. Mellowbrook up the ice for the Green Wave. Trying to pass across the slot, looking for Pesch. Back to Mellowbrook in the corner after being deflected, and Lockwood will put Mellowbrook into the wall and holds him up. Clausen gets tied up with Panzer on the far side. Panzer dumps Clausen. The puck comes back towards the left point. Green Wave get it with Mellowbrook in the high slot. Back to Panzer, who's just looking more for someone to hit right now than actually. Then he finds the puck and says, yeah, I can do that too. Comes out to the point, shot in on Weston Nielsen. It came off the right point from East Grand Forks as Cole Schmiederberg, but Nielsen paddles it down, covers, and will draw with 1:54 left of the first period. 9-3 shots on goal, Green Wave.
Our guy Trey Clausen, he is mixing it up every shift.
Yeah, him and Panzer, both wearing number 17, decided to go after it a little bit. And you know, Ryan, what would it be if we didn't have a Panzer on each team for East Grand Forks and Central, right?
Seems fitting.
We've had that going on for a while here. Lovejoy with a shot from the high slot. Ends up being deflected, goes wide. Cole Beast with a one-timer. The net wide open, and Weston Nielsen reaches down and keeps one out of the net with a stick reaching out. This is played back up the ice. Too strong for Cooper DeZiel. Icing is the call, and we're headed back. Let's take a look at that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Weston Nielsen's had to come up big a couple of times. Watch this. He gets taken down. The puck comes back to his right. The net wide open, and he got the stick out to keep that being put in by Panzer on that, or correction, Varnson. And the Knights get a big play, and now another chance out in front, and Varnson snipes one wide right off the draw. Cole Beast, one-timer for Max Beast that sails wide. Varnson picks one up in the corner. He'll put it back to Cooper Hills, who took a knee after taking a hit. Mac Blue trying to clear. He cannot. Kept in by Van Epps. Hills coming back to the corner. Mac Blue will pick it off, and a very defensive Grand Forks Central team trying to clear it out. Again, they can't. Van Epps a wrister. Nielsen a glove save. Back to Van Epps, top of the paint. He can't corral it. Into the final minute, Cole Beast hits a one-timer that's deflected wide into the right corner. Hills goes over to get it for East Grand Forks. Battle for control there. DeZiel sends it back into the neutral zone, and Central looking to catch their breath on a change with 43 seconds left to go in the opening period. East side's not done yet. This is Hills of the checker line coming back left side of the ice, finding Lovejoy. Hills dangling through. Weston Nielsen goes over and takes it away for a big save.
Weston Nielsen is just under fire right now. This is a shooting gallery.
13-3 shots on goal advantage for the Green Wave. About 5 in that last 30-second sequence.
I mean, it's a little misleading as Central's had some good looks that have 2 hit the pipe and a couple have missed the net, but that 13 for East Grand Forks, that is not misleading. They've
Not
had
at all.
13 really good chances.
Judd Pesh, yeah, what would you say grade A chances, like 8 of them?
God, everything feels like it's just from inside 15, 20 feet, or else it's from the point, it's getting tipped, it's getting deflected.
Yeah, it's been a day for East Grand Forks, but they've been snake bit not being able to score goals, and that's been part of their mantra throughout the course of the year. And here they are again, 10 seconds left of the opening frame. Corbett over on the left wing for East Grand Forks in his own end. Judd Pesh taking a look, dumps one back into the neutral zone. Case and Panzer down to try to wrestle it free, and that's the way that the first period will come to an end. Well, boy, oh boy, we had a lot to talk about, but we have nothing on the scoreboard. However, East Grand Forks stifling with their pressure as they lead the shots on goal by 10, but do not have a lead in the game. No score.
No, and that's mostly thanks to Weston Nielsen. He made he was all over the ice. He was on his back. He was on his stomach. He was going post to post. What a period.
Great period of hockey in the first, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. And our first intermission is on the way, and it's brought to you by High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Take a look at a couple of plays to watch from that first period when we come back, so do stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports, and we'll come back with more in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay tuned with us, and we'll get things continued with our coverage of high school hockey next.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. Doozy going on here at Civic Center Arena. East Grand Forks racks up 13 first period shots, 8 of them from scoring range, at least, if not more. And somehow Weston Nielsen makes saves that are just freakish in nature. And also Donovan Bollock hit 2 posts about as crisp as can be hit. And after all of that, anticlimactically, we have no score on the All True scoreboard. Intermission report brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Boy, oh boy, Rhino, there was a lot going on to try to break down in that period for something that's nothing right now.
Yeah, and on one end you got Weston Nielsen, who's obviously the star of the game thus far. On the other end, though, the left post might be the star for East Grand Forks is Donovan Bollock. he had Shinley beat on both of those looks, just couldn't find the back of the net, but sprinkle in a couple of chances for Central. Outside of that, man, it was EGF, especially as that period went on. That last 5 minutes, it just felt like a shooting gallery. I mean, it was just constant. And I think it goes back to Central. You talked about to start the game. The breakdown in the defensive zone for Central, that's kind of plagued them. A lot of those chances, of those 13 shots, came on pucks where Central could have cleared, didn't, and then the puck stays in. And we always know when you almost clear the puck, but it stays in, that's always a recipe for disaster. Everyone's thinking, okay, here we go, transition offense, boom, puck comes back at you. It takes a few seconds to get going again. Central's got to get that puck over the blue line.
Absolutely. Well, but East Grand Forks, credit to them. They were fast. They were physical.
Yeah,
they played last night, and they're right back after it today. And I think something we talked about in our pregame report today too, Ryan, there's a definite sense of we want all 4 against Grand Forks schools this year. You kind of feel that right now. They're playing like this is an opportunity game for East Grand Forks.
Well, hey, listen, it turns out that we talked about this game just for pride, and it turns out that pride is all you need to motivate these two teams, because we kind of joked. We said, well, what are we going to see? You know, like, is it both teams like, whatever. I said, as soon as that puck drops, though, you're going to forget about all that stuff. You're like, I want to beat these guys, and that's what we saw.
They absolutely did that. Our halftime, or I should say our intermission report tonight, brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. With a system from High Plains Water, the quality of living goes up around your home. Better tasting tap water right out of the tap. Treated water is just better for you that way. It's also better for laundry, cleaner laundry with less detergent, and appliances that last longer. Also, High Plains Water can help you by making sure that you keep those chemicals that you might be worried about out of your water. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. The Men of Steel are ready to get you rolling again for another season at Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Tightening up holes that have wiggled themselves loose or broken, twisted shafts, machinery that needs help. When it's time to roll again, make sure that you factor in Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel. Well, let's take a look at a couple of the highlights that we had for you in the first period of hockey. Our highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. 2 of them, and both the same guy, Weston Nielsen, standing tall. First of all, a glove save that was made. That was right after an impressive kick save coming from Hunter Barnes. That so far, the play of the night, you'll see Nielsen right there falling down, reaching out, and just stifling Hunter Barneson again. Both of those plays were against Hunter Barneson. So while Donovan Bollock is down here being beaten by the post, Hunter Barneson's finding Weston Nielsen in some surprising spots, and there's no score because, in part, Weston Nielsen's been super sharp for Grand Forks Central for the first 17 minutes.
Yeah, you showed that first clip of the glove save, but like you mentioned, the more impressive save was the one right before that, where he got his left pad out on a clean one-timer from, I don't know, inside 20. And Jace Van Epps took the shot, and he got all of it, and it was dialed. And Weston was able to get over and get a pad on it.
Absolutely. I mean, there just a couple of very quality hockey plays in that situation for Weston Nielsen. And seeing that come into play, obviously a key factor for Grand Forks Central. And those are your highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Who lit the lamp? No one lit the lamp. There were some teams that or other players that were close, but no one lights the lamp in the opening period. And again, who lit the lamp? Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Donovan Bollock hit a couple of posts, and Weston Nielsen had 13 saves in the opening period to talk about who's lighting things up on the scoreboard right now, but no one's lighting it from a score perspective. We have no score between Grand Forks Central and East Grand Forks, and our intermission report will continue next, brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water. Stay with us more as we continue with our pregame, or actually I'd say our intermission report next. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales, Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World. When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
You've been waiting for a chance to do something that matters, something big, without a big price tag. Welcome to Northland Community and Technical College. Here you can have a big impact on a small campus, in classrooms that mirror today's workplace, with instructors who teach from experience and know you by name. You've been waiting for a place like this. Are you ready?
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. KNOX Live Sports, our intermission report today, brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water. Your source for awesome water. No score through a period of play. Lots going on, though. 2 pipes hit very crisply by Donovan Bollock. 13 saves for Weston Nielsen. And Ryan, you mentioned right now, Central's got to find a way to play on the other side of the ice. That seems to be the big factor for Central. And for East Grand Forks, keep doing what you're doing, because good things are going to happen eventually, or at least so you would think.
Yeah, for Grand Forks Central, I mean, this is hockey 101, but when you take care of your end of the ice, everything else becomes a lot easier. The neutral zone, the offensive zone. But when you get stuck like that and you're into the ice for 30, 40 seconds, that's your shift. And now that line's done, and now your next guys have to come out and they have to start in the defensive zone, and it just kind of feeds this machine, right? You're just always in your defensive zone, so they have to do a better job of getting the puck out through the neutral zone in the east side's end and playing down there. But yeah, you're right, for East Grand Forks, just keep doing what you're doing, because they've been the most impressive thing is they've found so many soft areas in Central's slot area to get those in tight shots.
Cole Beast takes a shot from the left circle as we start the second period. That's kicked away by Weston Nielsen. Cooper Hill's another chance falling away, if you will, from the high slot. Penalty. Weston Nielsen knocks that away, and now we have a penalty coming up. And apparently this may go against East Grand Forks.
Yep, it was a slash.
Hunter Varnson's going to go into the box.
Yeah, he just chopped the stick out of Logan Nielsen's hand. That's usually an easy one, or they're giving it to. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, slash for knocking the stick out of his hands. That's always an easy one, Ryan. You chop down someone's stick and it hits the ice.
15 seconds into the period, Hunter Varnson, 2 minutes for slashing. And it's a power play now for Central, brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online. RBBElectric.com, so we'll see what the Knights can do with the man advantage. Mac Blue trying to set up Ryder Burris in the high slot. That's deflected. Goes loose into the far corner, and a quick clear by Tucker Lovejoy. This will come back into the central zone. Nielsen trying to transition it out, but couldn't hold it. Jace Panzer puts one in, steep angle from the left wall. That'll be kicked away by Nielsen, and Central trying to rally back to it so they can make a power play rush. It works out to DeZiel. DeZiel off the left wall for Gavin Walkenfuss. Collision at mid-ice between Hills and Mac Blue. Blue's been in his fair share of scraps today, hasn't he?
That's when Mac Blue is playing his best, when he's kind of agitating and a little Marchand kind of a role there.
Ryder Burris, Gavin Walkenfuss coming in, had an angle momentarily jabbed at. They couldn't come up with it. Puck comes back out to the point, held in by Finn Lockwood, but immediately picked off by Hills. Then he launches one back into the central end, and the penalty nearly half gone.
By the way, we should mention, too, I mean, that penalty was at 15 seconds. In the first 10 seconds, East Grand Forks tacked on 2 more shots on Weston Nielsen.
15-4 right now. The Knights have managed 1 shot on the power play, and now a puck off the wall that's charged and sent loose to the left side by Logan Nielsen after Jace Panzer thought about a little short-handed rush. 45 seconds left of the power play for Grand Forks Central. Nielsen up, dropping one off towards the right point, trying to find a trailer and Ryland Spicer. Spicer sends it into the corner for Che Kwame. Kwame coming back out towards the left circle, sets it up on top. Wyatt Blake, clean one-timer by Logan Nielsen, deflected up into the webbing again, and we'll see a draw coming up in the East Grand Forks zone with 31 seconds of power play time remaining for Central.
Yeah, right idea by Central there. I like what they're thinking with a one-timer from that spot, but Logan Nielsen was well outside the dot and deep. He's got to get in a little bit, in towards the net, and then in towards the middle of the ice if he's going to take that shot.
Cooper Hills will take the draw against Ryder Rivard, I believe. It is Rivard, and Rivard wins it. But this will be sent back out through the neutral zone. Logan Nielsen has to go back and track it in on his own line. Wyatt Blake off the left wall. Blake will step back behind the net with 20 seconds left to go. A power play time for Grand Forks Central. No score in the matchup. A pass to Che Kwame that's a little strong. Puck deflected out at center ice. Max Beast trying to get to it. Then Beast loses his stick. He'll just go kicking at the puck with the penalty clock down to 5 seconds, and Central will do well just to keep it in the zone at the end of the power play. Really nice job of a pair of Green Wave tying that up against the wall, and nothing until the very end when Kwame got one on net. Nick Corbett will pick it up for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave are back at full strength. Logan Nielsen breaks one back in from the neutral zone. Behind the net, Noah Schindele holds it up. Max Beast turns it back out towards the left. Corbett will bring it back to Beast. Beast taking a look back towards the center of the ice, broken up momentarily by DeZiel, sent back up into the offensive end. Jake Chupka, fourth line winger today for East Grand Forks, coming out to chase the puck in the corner. Ryder Rivard comes away with it for the Knights. Rivard coming up ice, little 4-on-3 momentarily. Rivard, little backhand flip towards the net, net wide open, and Mac Blue trying to shovel at one, and back over to his left was Noah Schindele to make a big stop for the Green Wave. Another opportunity with the net open. East Grand Forks gave up an opportunity, but a big save by Schindele. Noah Freeze sends a wrister that goes wide of the net for East Grand Forks. Freeze turning it back towards the net, trying to find Jordan Nowacki behind it. Nowacki looking back towards Freeze. DeZiel tries to pile up some pressure on the puck behind the net for Central, and then DeZiel goes right after the corner where Noah Freeze was to try to tie him up. DeZiel sends it back out to the neutral zone. Cole Schmiederberg backs up and dumps one back in to the central end. 3.5 minutes gone by here, second period. Still no score. Boy, you get the feeling that somebody's close, but it hasn't happened yet. Mac Blue coming up against Tucker Lovejoy. That one's kicked aside. Nolan Mellebrook comes up on the offensive end for East Grand Forks. Mellebrook to the high slot. Lovejoy a chance. It gets through on Nielsen. He reaches back and is able to paddle it away before Jace Panzer could tap that one in with an opening.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, these pucks are just dropping in the crease, and no one's been able to find the back of the net, but they're not for lack of opportunities.
East Grand Forks trying to play up ice on a stretch pass, and that one will end up down the ice too far for icing. Well, our Vegan Construction game look-in brought to you by Vegan Construction. Designers, builders, engineers, quality work since 1938. The shots are 16-6. East Grand Forks, and both teams have had opportunities that they have not been able to capitalize on in a no-score matchup. It's our game look-in brought to you by Vegan Construction. Ryder Burris behind the net for Central. They'll leave it back over to the far side. Hunter Varnson's been snake-bit today by a couple of Weston Nielsen saves. He brings it up on the right wall, just kind of tapping it up the ice as he could gain some ground. It's sent back into the Green Wave end. Max Beast looking to pick it up against Ryder Burris. Beast back behind his own net, coming out near side, finding Jace Van Epps, who reaches back after a loose puck. Van Epps rubbed into the wall by Chupka. Correction by Ryland Spicer. This will be dumped back into the East Grand Forks zone. Big hit there. Ryder Burris puts a body in on Colby's, and it sounds like the Green Wave bench wanted a penalty on that.
Yeah, I think they wanted something from behind or high or something like that. But
this puck is pitchforked up into the rafters, will make contact and come down. I believe that's going to set us up for a draw on the central line, maybe at center ice.
Well, you mentioned the shots are 16-6. Well, the 6th shot for Central is by far their best chance since the last Donovan Bollock post. It was a play where Ryder Rivard went from the right. He tried to pass across the crease. It hit an East Grand Forks defender, and Shinley was tracking that way.
Yeah.
Had to stop and come back and got his pad down. Mac Blue was right on the doorstep. Big save for Shinley. Ref down again.
Yeah,
that's
the
two
second,
for him.
That's the. It's going to be a tough night for him after the night is over, and he's the young guy in the group as well. So
I think Marty and Reed might want to get an Uber.
Well, yeah, Marty and Reed Hunton are not going to let him live that down. That's for sure. Puck tossed up into the rafters again, and again we'll see a draw this time coming up in the East Grand Forks zone with 11:47 left to go in the second period. No score in the matchup.
It's a quick 6 minutes, huh?
Uh-huh.
Things just flying by.
Next hockey game we'll have for you will be in this building on Tuesday night. The Moorhead Spuds come to town. One of the top-ranked teams in AA hockey in Minnesota. A shot from the right point, Finn Lockwood. That's off the body of Schindele. Held in by Spicer. He can't hold it. Jake Chupka will shovel it back into the neutral zone for East Grand Forks. Ends up along the green wave line. Mason Bensley picks it up with some space to work with. Rifles one wide of Schindele off the near side wall. Back to Donovan. Correction. Back off towards the high slot for Ryland Spicer. Spicer dumps it back into the corner. A hit on Judd Pesh that rubs him free of the puck. Che Kwame through the hit. Then it goes loose behind the play. And East Grand Forks will have Noah Freeze dumping it up into the central end. We're at 11:10 to play in the second period. We're scoreless. Little physical play for Central behind their own net. Loose puck comes out to Che Kwame from Logan Nielsen. Donovan Bollock looking for an opportunity. Ends up losing it. We're going to see an offside call against Central.
Great shot from the point there by Finn Lockwood. He does that better than anybody of getting pucks through. Just that quick, hard wrist shot. It hit Shinley right in the chest, but it came through a bunch of traffic. That could have gone a different direction. And then another good look for Central. And, you know, Paranika talked about this. Coach Paranika talked after the River game about how many chances Central had where they missed the net high. And they had another one here. They've had 3 or 4 good looks that have hit the glass. Can't have that happen.
Sometimes you do too much with an offensive play, right? Just put it on net. Some good things will happen. When you're trying to pick a particular spot, you can start to get in your head a little bit. We've seen Red River have some problems with that as well.
Yeah, it's a Grand Forks thing at this point. Huh?
Donovan Bollock, one-timer for Che Kwame. He scores. Donovan Bollock off the near side, out of the corner. Dishes one back to Che Kwame, waiting right on top of the crease. And Kwame bangs in a one-timer to make it 1-0 in favor of Central.
Yeah, great play by Bollock. He's been Central's best player tonight. He gets the assist, and that's the Central play, right? The little 10-foot pass from behind the net to the front in the slot. Che Kwame doing a great job of finding a soft area and bangs that one home.
It'll be Kwame, I believe, from Bollock, if I'm not mistaken. The time of the goal will be at 5 minutes, 6 minutes and 24 seconds of the second period. We apologize. We had a technical issue. Won't have the highlight for you. We'll have to get that straightened out, and Che Kwame's not going to be happy about that. We didn't get the highlight. We'll have everything. We can pick it out of the video later, but didn't have the opportunity to bring it to you again. But that was a clean one-timer for Kwame and a great setup from Bollock.
Well, you know what? If you're watching, you can rewind.
Yeah.
You can go watch it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's how I did it when I got a pin once in varsity wrestling. Once. Che Kwame does get credit for the goal. And Donovan Bollock will pick up an assist. Mac Blue up into the ends, and Ryder Rivard picks up an assist as well.
Oh,
Mac Blue sends one in steep angle. Cooper DeZiel lifts the net completely off its moorings. Noah Schindele covers it up. I think DeZiel was trying to show us what he could squat. He ends up turning, and he gets his shoulder blades up and under the crossbar, and then lunges up and takes the net completely off its pegs.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing, but if that net wasn't there, he might have gone through the end wall. He showed no signs of stopping there, did he? Good for him, though, going hard to the net. That's what you want.
Right. So Kwame from Bollock and Rivard at 6:24 of the second period makes it a 1-0 matchup in favor of Grand Forks Central. We draw again in the East Grand Forks zone. DeZiel fighting for the puck. Mac Blue goes into the corner to try to chase it down for Central. I feel like Central is beginning to elevate their game a little bit here in the second period. Gavin Walkenfuss, Blue back out on top looking for DeZiel. A little too strong for him. It's pulled away by Hunter Barnes, and he comes up the ice with Van Epps Barnson back to Van Epps, little backhand flip that's wide of the net. So work back out towards the near corner. Cooper Hill's trying to chase it down. Tried to pull around one of the Knights, ends up pulling down DeZiel. Finn Lockwood went down as well. Play out in front of the net, White out in front. Weston Nielsen has to jump at it, and then Van Epps takes a hit from DeZiel, and then DeZiel cross-checks Max Beese up and under the chin guard, and we'll see what happens if anybody's going to spend some time in the bin. I don't think anybody will. But Beese and DeZiel are talking to each other as they make their way towards the benches, and now as it turns out, Max Beese and Cooper DeZiel going to find themselves a chance to cool off on the benches by the scorer's table.
I'm not sure they're going to cool off. They seem to still be talking to each other in the penalty box, but another close call for East Grand Forks there. Hunter Varson just threw a puck from behind the net and just threw it out front. It hit a central defender and dropped right in front of Weston Nielsen with about 3 or 4 players standing there swatting at it.
We're going to stay 5-on-5. Nothing there as far as shorthandedness or power play opportunity after the penalties. So the coincidental minors at that point, or at sportsmanlike, against Cooper DeZiel and Max Beese. And the puck will come back into the East Grand Forks zone. Ryder Burris trying to chase it down against Nick Corbett behind the Green Wave net. Corbett reaching in, Burris trying to sweep it out. Burris takes a look for some help. Had a man open up, instead tries the steep angled shot off the left side. That was deflected by Corbett. Ends up back out towards the wall. Judd Pesh picking one up. Back to Burris on the wall. Burris coming back to the point. Held back in momentarily by Finn Lockwood, and then the Green Wave will take possession. It's Corbett that rotates it up in the neutral zone. Here's the 3-on-2 odd man. Dished by Jordan Nowacki, looking for Noah Freeze on his left. Nowacki just throws his hands at Wyatt Blake and wipes him out to the end wall. And it's 2-on-2 for Control with Freeze bringing it out. Back to Corbett. 1-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central, scoring a couple of moments ago on a one-timer that's put in by Che Kwame from Donovan Bollock. We're halfway through the second period of hockey. Gambucci Cup Series matchup, a puck that ends up somehow avoiding all the rafters and working back into the East Grand Forks end. The Gambucci Cup decided. East Grand Forks 3-0 against Grand Forks competition this year, including an overtime win over Central earlier this season. Shot from the right point from Jace Panzer, a wrister. Whistles wide, rebounds back out into the neutral zone. Held down momentarily by Cole Schmiederberg. An attempt to send it through, cut off by Kason Panzer for Central. And this will be waved up into the offensive end with Mason Bensley doing the duty. Off towards the far side for Central, picked up by Ryland Spicer on the left wall. Spicer into Kirkaby. Back to Spicer, will pick one up loose off the end boards. Kason Panzer, back to Spicer, high slot wrister. May have been deflected by Kirkaby before it got to Schindele. Loose puck won again by Bensley. Pretty good shift here for the fourth line for Grand Forks Central. Kirkaby throws a body. Cooper Hills will pick up a loose puck for East Grand Forks on the right wing. Looking to get out of his own end with it. He'll chip it off the near side wall. And again, didn't quite get it out, but Tucker Lovejoy will do so. Good shift for that fourth line.
Really good shift. Really good shift. And I'll tell you what, Mason Bensley, I think he had an opportunity. He came around the net, and he kind of took the puck from behind the net to the corner. I think if he would have cut up right inside the net, I think he'd have laid to walk to the front of the net. He didn't see it, but he might have had a point-blank chance if he had recognized that.
7:26 to play, second period. Central leading 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard. On a goal by Che Kwame, a flip off the glass. This will pitchfork over Logan Nielsen's head. And Van Epps trying to chase it down. Blake got there first for Grand Forks Central. Balla gets turned around on a hit coming in from Chupka as those two engage. Near side, Cole Beese with a chance that's deflected through the slot. Ends up on the far wall. Van Epps will paddle it back into Varnson for East Grand Forks. Behind the central net, out to Max Beese. In traffic, it's loose, and a quick swipe by Jordan Nowacki. He couldn't get it cleanly. And he had his forehand side of the net to work with. Bollock will send it through the neutral zone. This is touched up on the way through. Beese back to get it. Rivard paid him a huge hit right into the wall. They both appear to be okay. And Chupka breaks it out into 3-on-2. Central trying to get back on the back check quickly. Rivard will take one back from Finn Lockwood and change directions. This ends up back right in the center of the neutral zone. Loose to the Grand Forks Central line where Boone Canta picks it up. Canta looking left side for the puck. And Central would have been offside. So Nick Corbett goes back to get it uncontested. He'll come back into the neutral zone with a crisp pass to Wyatt Cordes. Cordes coming off the left boards. Canta corrals him. Goes loose up against the wall. A step back by Nowaki to the near side. Now Corbett out of the corner, looking as Finn Lockwood gets control of him. And the puck loose against that right wall. Back out on top. Freeze has one deflected by Gavin Walkenfuss. Judd Pesch looking to get to it. Walkenfuss held Pesch up momentarily. Another backhand flip up into the central end. Central will see East Grand Forks go off on a change. Under 6 to play in the second period. Still 1-0 Grand Forks Central. Pass up ice for DeZiel on a bit of a 3-on-2 that broke into a 3-on-3 quickly. Judd Pesch will rotate it back towards the left point. A stab in by Wyatt Blake trying to outduel Nolan Mellebrook for control of the puck. Blue comes in, backhanded it back down the ice, but Mellebrook took it back. He'll look out to the near side for Tucker Lovejoy. Lovejoy is stopped, lost control of the puck. Here comes DeZiel. He's got Burris with him. DeZiel, steep angle, and another net off its pegs after Noah Schindley knocked it down. And we see a whistle as some action in the corner between Walkenfuss and perhaps Judd Pesch. With 5:21 to play in the second period. 1-0 on the All-True scoreboard, Knights.
That net's taken a beating today.
It sure has.
A couple of guys have used that to stop, I guess.
Yeah, that's sad. And they're going to bring it out onto the line for the draw. I think they may be ruling that Central
they did.
Took that net off its pegs intentionally.
By the way, I'll say this. Down in this corner here, Cooper DeZiel took kind of an awkward hit. And as he skated away from that hit, for the rest of that shift, he was kind of, looked like he was almost limping a little bit. So kind of curious if he's okay or if it was just a little stinger, but can ill afford to lose that guy, huh?
Absolutely. If you're Grand Forks Central, he's a big part of the recipe of this season. 1-0 Grand Forks Central on the All-True scoreboard. Cooper Hills picks up a loose puck after a turnover. Van Epps will find it, works it back out to the point for Schmiederberg. Van Epps got turned around. Trey Clausen comes away with control. He's up ice with Burris. Clausen trying to outstep Schmiederberg to the puck and was able to beat him. Trying to come around, Clausen on the wraparound. It floats off his backhand side. It's be picked up and deflected wide after an attempt down the slot by Jake Spicer on a wrister. Clausen again, but Cole Schmiederberg is able to fight him off for control of the puck. Finn Lockwood makes a catch on a puck, and we'll see Central with a hand pass here as they tried to hold the zone. That will surrender a draw to East Grand Forks down the central end.
I like that play by Trey Clausen. That was just what I was talking about. He came around the net. Instead of taking that puck in the corner, he just tried to cut right up inside the net. And sometimes, Ryan, just getting that puck and just jamming it on net, something can happen. Maybe it goes in or maybe the puck shoots out. But it's never a bad idea to just stuff that thing on net. It's hard to get the puck around the net. When you do, you got to find a way to get it on the net.
You've worked a lot to gain the zone. You've worked a lot to gain that spot of the ice, right? I mean, there's a lot that goes into that play.
So to just reset and go all the way back to the corner, it's like, man, you were right where you wanted to be.
Puck through the neutral zone, picked up off the near side by Mason Bensley for Central up in the East Grand Forks end. 1-0. The Green Wave haven't had a shot on goal for a while. 16-9 right now. After the scoring attempt that came from Kwame, it was 16-8. So it seems like we played about 4 or 5 minutes with one shot on goal between the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, that, and they just put one up for East Grand Forks, but it was kind of a pass that got deflected, ended up on net, so not even a real shot. But you said it, ever since Central scored that goal, maybe even a little before that, it looked like they started to flip the ice a little bit, and they've played energized since that goal. That's no doubt about that.
And what's deceptive about this Central team is that their pace, we'll talk more about it as Lovejoy gets a shot away that's kicked away. Their pace I find deceptive. Bensley looking back to center ice. This is paddled back down by Ryland Spicer. Ends up off the end wall. Kirkaby jabbing at it, but Judd Pesch comes away with it for East Grand Forks. He'll turn it out to the point. Kason Panzer gets dumped, and then his stick ended up inside the jersey of Judd Pesch after Panzer got dumped. He lost his lid as well, so we'll have a whistle. But what I was referring to, Ryan, is that the pace of Central, when they're good, it seems like the game is slowed down, even though it hasn't. But they seem to have this way of making you look at it from a more methodical, sort of machine-like standpoint instead of transition hockey, even though they're not a slow hockey team.
They're not slow, but you're right. That's kind of how they play. They play zone to zone. They don't, they don't post guys. They don't stretch guys. It is get the puck in your end, move it to the neutral zone, and they all kind of come up as a unit instead of like, some teams we see where they're, sending two guys far blue line trying to hit that long pass. That's not how they play.
Donovan Bollock takes a hit. It ends up with Che Kwame on the left wall. Kwame trying to spin his way into the corner. Bollock steps away from Pesch. More pressure there. Bollock leaves it in the corner again for Kwame. Kwame a step back, got to the high slot, dragged around a defender, was able to attack, but got held up, and then Kwame throws an elbow and leaves a puck out between the hash marks, but no one home to bang it away. Nolan Mellebrook comes away with it for East Grand Forks. He'll dump it up in the central end. 3 minutes to play second period, 1-0 Knights on a goal by Che Kwame here in the second period. Puck comes back up the ice on the left. Wyatt Blake will dump it down. And East Grand Forks gets back to it with Ryan Clausen stepping out on the ice. He'll be the sixth defender to play. He's going to send one through the neutral zone for icing. And with 2:48 left of the second period, we're on our way back into the East Grand Forks zone to put it down again.
Really good play by Che Kwame that last shift. He cut up at the blue line, then went right down Broadway and made a couple of good moves. He's a big, strong skater. East Grand Forks defender knocked it off his stick. Otherwise, he was going to get a point-play chance. That line today, Bollick, Rivard, Che, that's been their best line. And they are playing hard, aggressive hockey right now.
A draw won by Central, but it's sent back into the central zone, and Finn Lockwood will go back to get it with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left of the period. DeZiel off the left wall for Gavin Walkenfuss. Walkenfuss driving his way in. Put it back out in front. Mac Blue scores! What a play! Walkenfuss into the corner, back to Mac Blue, comes crashing in, and he roofs one just underneath the bar to make it 2-0 Central.
Yeah, you can just see the speed. The speed right there is what got that goal. I mean, we'll watch it again, but Mac Blue going to the right spot and has just fed a perfect pass for a goal here.
American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency replay, and a great play. This is Walkenfuss in the corner. Blue sets up behind him, and he is. Just a wrister from the high slot, goes top shelf with it. And the American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency replay shows us a 2-0 lead for Grand Forks Central over East Grand Forks. Tucker Lovejoy to the high slot for the Green Wave, and another big elbow thrown by Jace Panzer. It seems like there's definitely a finish of the route going on for East Grand Forks as they skate here.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon.
We'll see the official scoring. Gavin Walkenfuss will pick up an assist, and DeZiel will as well on Blue's goal. 14:27 of the period. It's Mac Blue who gets the goal. Blue from Walkenfuss and DeZiel. The entire line will combine on it. 14:27 the time of the goal, and Grand Forks Central has a 2-0 lead over East Grand Forks with 1:53 left of the second period.
Yeah, that was just, again, go back to that goal. Just a great play by Gavin Walkenfuss, who really, he's just a creative hockey player, Ryan. When we see him going, his speed creates problems. It created a problem there, and just a great heads-up play. Again, instead of taking that puck around the net and resetting, he gets it in a spot and throws it to the front of the net. He knows Mac Blue's going there because that's what Mac Blue does. 2-0 Central.
Well, not only that, but it's such a Central play. How many times do we see that play off the end wall coming back and somebody's there, right?
Twice tonight.
Yeah, it's textbook. It's just really what they like to do. Here comes Central 3-on-3 after winning a draw with Wyatt Blake leading the charge. Schindley will poke one away. It's sent back into the left wall wide. A step in by Trey Clausen to get to it. Now a penalty coming up, and I think they've got Central on a tripping call. This may be Clausen that's going into the box. East Grand Forks going to get a chance to get one back. It won't be Clausen, though. It'll be Ryder Burris that gets the gate for tripping.
Yeah, Burris, Ryder, he just went in for a hit and just missed shoulder and got skate on skate and took down an East Grand Forks player. So 1:35 in the period, 2 on the power play. So kind of an abbreviated power play for East Grand Forks. Not a great break, but a power play nonetheless.
Is their penalty song? No, it's not. I was going to say I thought they went with the penalty song if it wasn't me. Oh. You know?
Good call.
That would have been funny. So a power play for East Grand Forks brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com, and the Green Wave down 2-0. They need a goal. Corbett on the near side ice. Goes back across the slot. Picked up by Cooper Hills, and he launches one wide up into the webbing.
Oof. That was a good look. Did Weston get a piece of that or not? I couldn't tell if he just sailed that thing or if it clipped off West. Well, it's to stay inside the zone, so I'm thinking it hit Nielsen.
That was a terrific pass that came off the wall, though. Got all the way through right on top of the crease and picked up by Hills on the back side of it. Donovan Bollock will take the ensuing draw against Nolan Mellebrook. Corbett wins it. East Grand Forks continues on the power play. 25 seconds of it gone, 1:35 to go. Corbett a wrister up and over the bar, picked up by Panzer. Panzer will send it back to Mellebrook on the right wall. Mellebrook stepping away from pressure. Back to Corbett, looking near side. Lovejoy off to the right. Mellebrook, again, good puck movement. Corbett, high slot. Lovejoy left circle, looking, stick handling, trying to find an angle. Had a shot blocked by Kaysen Panzer. Loose puck to Cole Beast, and it works back to the circle. Corbett dials up a one-timer, and Weston Nielsen makes a big save. That was a good play by Corbett to get that one free. Down to 35 seconds of the period, 102 of the power play. Corbett near side again. Off to the right, Lovejoy sending one to Mellowbrook that's deflected wide. Central doing a nice job of clogging things up in the scoring area. Lovejoy back to the right, Mellowbrook, high slot, Corbett, wrister into traffic, blocked. Back towards the left wall for Panzer. 15 seconds left of the power play. Mellowbrook back to Corbett again. This time a pass broken up into the corner. Cole Beast is chased down by Finn Lockwood, and the puck's loose against the end wall. Brought by Mellowbrook, and back to Corbett again. One-timer, Panzer got it cleanly. Weston Nielsen, another kick save, and that's the end of the second period. Boy, East Grand Forks had a good cycle going. 2 big saves by by Nielsen, and the defense clogging things up to keep East Grand Forks off the scoreboard.
Yeah, and that's where that break really comes into play. I mean, they're short 30 seconds on a power play. They were moving that puck around. They had Central moving left and right. They couldn't figure out where East Grand Forks was going. Shots raining down from the point, from in tight, but buzzer saves them.
Someday, some enterprising coach, I don't know who it'll be, maybe Ryan Kuntz, will convince the hockey rule makers that if you have a power play that's going to expire after a period ends, you tack time from the next period onto this one to let you play the entire power play, right?
What an interesting concept that is. I'm sure that would fly.
So in this case, we'd take 26 seconds off the third period clock so you could finish your entire power play. And when we start the third period, there's 16:34 left, but you get to go through your whole power play. Now, if I know anything about hockey fans,
I was just going to say,
they hate change more than football fans hate change, so no one's buying it. Fair enough. I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah, if there's one thing with hockey fans is they radical rule changes are not really in their wheelhouse.
They like their game, and their game is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. They don't need to change it. But Grand Forks Central has a 2-0 lead at the end of 2 periods of play as we go to our second intermission, brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water, and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. And we'll come back with highlights from this second period of action in just a couple of moments, so do stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World. Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports from Civic Center Arena today at East Grand Forks, where the Green Wave and Knights have hooked up in the final game of the Gambucci Cup Series, and Central leads by a score of 2-0 after 2 periods of play. Our intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. No more scaly buildup around your fixtures with a system from High Plains Water. Better tasting tap water that's healthier for you. Softer skin out of the shower, cleaner laundry with less detergent, and appliances that last longer. The quality of living that goes up with High Plains Water. High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. And our coverage brought to you as well by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Your friends at Grand Forks Welding and Machine are ready to get you rolling once again when the new season comes around. Broken or twisted shafts, you've got holes that have wiggled loose in your mechanics. Get that fixed with Grand Forks Welding and Machine. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, they are the Men of Steel. Now, those of you that are watching on KNOX Live Sports, pay no attention to that man that is behind the curtain, as we have the scores in the wrong position as well. The manual scoreboard that we do is not great. We're looking for some options here at East Grand Forks, but they have a different scoring system than they use over in Grand Forks, and so we continue to kind of do things in a makeshift way, but we have the home and away scores reversed. And this is a pioneering time as we get into the world of video coverage. 2-0 Grand Forks Central after 2 periods of play. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Koontz, and Luca Carpenter with our coverage today. Central kind of began to impose their game. You mentioned right after that first shift of the second period, East Grand Forks got a couple of shots, but after that, Central started to play Central hockey, and they have a couple of goals on the board, and they looked pretty good in that second period after maybe that first few seconds.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, 10 seconds into the period, East Grand Forks tacked on 2 quick shots, and you're like, oh boy, here we go. But then they take a penalty shortly after those 2 shots, and then from there, I mean, it was really all Grand Forks Central. As much as it was East Grand Forks in the first, I felt it was the opposite in the second, where Central really took over. And as that period went on, I thought Central got better and better. So for scoring the fight, yeah, it's 2-0 on the score, but each team has kind of controlled the period. So let's see what happens here in the third. But East Grand Forks has got to find a way to get something past Weston Nielsen. I mean, they've been close several times, but he has stood up to everything they've thrown at him.
A 20-stop day for Weston Nielsen. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we had in the second period. Our highlights are brought to you by Proseed. Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net. This was after Jay Kwame had scored. Great play coming here from Donovan Bollock to Gavin Walkenfuss for a big goal for Grand Forks Central. That made it 2-0 at that time. And then we see what Weston Nielsen can do. Another chance from the high slot. Weston Nielsen, a big kick save, as Nick Corbett got a couple of chances away from the high slot on the power play for East Grand Forks. And Weston Nielsen, 20 stops today, a big part of the game as well. And those are your highlights, and they're brought to you by Proseed. If you need seed, think Proseed. Proseed.net. Shots on goal. 2011 Green Wave, but Central leading. And Who Lit the Lamp? Brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. Well, 6 points. 6 different players on the scoreboard for Central. Che Kwame from Donovan Bollock and Ryder Rivard at 6:24. Mac Blue from Gavin Walkenfuss and Cooper DeZiel at 14:27. So Che Kwame lights the lamp. Mac Blue lights the lamp in that second period. That's Who Lit the Lamp, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. We have a break to take. We'll do so, and we will come back and get ready for third period action. So we invite you to stay with us as we continue our coverage of high school hockey. It's the Green Wave and the Knights with East Grand Forks leading 2-0 on the Rivard. With Grand Forks Central leading 2-0 on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network at KNOX Live Sports. We're back with more in just a couple of moments. Stay with us.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Customers of PS Garage Doors often ask, what does the PS stand for? Hi, Josh Grimberg, General Manager at PS Garage Doors. For people in agriculture, it's to protect and secure. We understand that farm equipment is costly and important. Trust PS Garage Doors to keep your business operating. Whether it's the right garage door on your new Quonset, a replacement door for the barn, or service on the garage door that protects your family's vehicles. You can count on PS Garage Doors to protect and secure your valuable assets. Call 772-DOOR or visit us online at psgaragedoors.com.
Monosum has produced the most precise and functional planter on the market today. Hello, this is Ken with ProAg. The Monosum Econopool planter bar is again available at ProAg. This is the most economical planter on the market today, available in ground drive or hydraulic drive options. The Econopool planter is not only going to help you get better yields, but also save wear and tear on your equipment and your pocketbook. Quantities are limited, so get yours on order today before July 10. For huge savings, for more information, come to ProAg in Grand Forks or Grafton to get your new Monosum Econopool planter before next season.
If you haven't had a good pizza, and I mean a really good pizza, from Pizza, you should. Pete's menu offers personal, family, or specialties available for delivery or pickup Tuesday through Saturday, along with daily specials, all at delicious prices. And if you haven't been to Pete'sMenu.com, you should.
If you're a home seller, a first-time buyer, moving up, smart sizing, leasing, or relocating, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Family Realty is there for you, assisting you through the entire process, providing outstanding service with outstanding results. Call 746-0303 today.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
High Plains Water of Grand Forks will improve your quality of life, from softer skin, clothes, and more luxurious hair. Treat yourself to a water softener from High Plains. 416 Gateway Drive or online at highplainswater.com.
True North Equipment has been providing quality John Deere products, services, and technology solutions since 1897. Visit TrueNorthEquipment.com to check out inventory, shop and order parts, and see open positions. True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. 2-0 Grand Forks Central over East Grand Forks as we wrap up another week of hockey coverage here today between the Green Wave and the Knights, and another Gambucci Cup season as well. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Coots, Luca Carpenter with us for our coverage here today. And our intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. Find out more by stopping in at High Plains Water or stop and see them at highplainswater.com. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, they are the men of steel. 26 seconds of a power play left to work with for East Grand Forks as we start the third period of action after Ryder Burris took an tripping call near the end of the second period. So here we go. Period number 3 about to begin. And Grand Forks Central will start it shorthanded with a 2-0 lead. And Central clearing off the opening draw. This will come in on Noah Schindele. I think he wanted to stop it. Nick Corbett steps in and takes control as the Green Wave need a rush with 15 seconds left to go. A power play work to try to get up into the offensive end before it's too late with a man advantage. Cooper Hills looking left side, finding it Jace Van Epps. He'll ring it around towards the right wall. Hunter Varnson's there trying to dump back towards the point. Ends up back down the corner. And at Grand Forks Central, is back at full strength as Ryder Burris rejoins the play. The puck in the central zone. It works to Cole Beese on the right point. Off for Corbett in the high slot. A mishandle. And Central will clear. Mac Blue comes over to center back. And now here's a 2-on-1 odd man rush. Burris just back on the ice. Had DeZiel on his left. Took the shot and it's clanked away. And loose puck will come in, and Weston Nielsen, he'll cover for a whistle.
Yeah, great play by Mac Blue just to kind of chip that one off the wall. He saw that he had his two line mates streaking up the middle of the ice, and he just let Ryder Burris get that puck, and a big save by Noah Sheelan to keep this 2-0.
You know, I just can't help. I say it every year when Grand Forks Central is a good hockey team. When they're playing well, don't they just remind you of the Soviets, right? I mean, they just control time and space. They don't let you breathe, but they don't really get flashy about it either. They're just so machine-like. And before you know it, half the period's gone and you're down 4 or 5. You know, it's just like that, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I think if you're the coaching staff for Grand Forks Central right now, that's exactly what you'd like to see, is just a slow, methodical, eat the clock, dump the puck in, keep it away from your net kind of period where you just control this thing. And if you get a chance to get that third one, great, but you don't need to do anything crazy to get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't need to take a lot of chances if you're up 2-0. But chances could come later because East Grand Forks can score, and they can score in speed. Judd Pesch back into his own end for East Grand Forks, taking control of a puck. Mellabrook looking back out to the neutral zone. Knocked down. Kaysen Panzer's got control for Central. He'll dump it in, and Schindele gloves, then puts it down. Oh my goodness. It hit the post as he put it down. It hit the side of the net, floated right back out in front of the net. Trey Clausen was there. Correction, it wasn't Clausen, it was Spicer that was there, waving at that puck, and came up just empty.
Yeah, like hit his glove weird, and I think he dropped it quick, and it was still kind of spinning, and it like spun forward and right out in front of the net. It was a weird play.
We've had some weird things happen throughout the course of the day today. Cole Beese looking back out towards left. Keep in mind, this could be 4-0 if not for that post. Donovan Bollock hit twice. A drive back up into the net. That's sent up high that time from East Grand Forks off the near edge. And wonder if we have a new man. Let's note that correction. That was Wyatt Cordes that put that up into the webbing. And we'll see a draw coming up in the central zone. These are the jerseys from Central that I like the most, by the way. It's their visiting jersey. It's the maroon jersey with the white piping and little silver feedback, but that big shield right on the chest. I think that's just their look, isn't it?
Yeah, like I was just going to say it before the game too, but just the color contrast of the jerseys tonight is just classic.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, really, really classy on both ends. Up ice, Donovan Bollock trying to lay it out for Ryder Rivard into the East Grand Forks zone. A jump by Cole Beese. He comes back to the right corner. And a Central Knight fell down. A puck goes loose towards the left. There was a defender on that left side supposed to have responsibility for Noah Freeze. He ended up being dumped, and Central will clear the puck to keep it out of a scoring situation.
That was Boone Cantor just popped a tire there at a really inopportune time, and thankfully for Central, that puck just rolled off of his East Grand Forks stick and in the corner, and nothing happened. Oh, a puck went in the net, though. I don't know if you saw that. They just shot it down on the icing and it went in the net, so maybe that gets East Grand Forks going.
Just sending it down to the official.
Goalies are sometimes weird like that. Like if a puck goes in your net, even if it's like after stoppage play.
From what you tell me, goalies are weird anyway.
Oh, they're always weird, but
okay.
They have these little weird little things on top of just being weird overall. I mean, who would sign up for this?
We're going to see another power play coming up here as a penalty is going to be called for a slashing call. Looks like Central's going into the box again, and this may be Finn Lockwood.
It is.
That's getting the gate. So Finn Lockwood, one of the captains, going in for slashing at 2:25. Another power play coming up for East Grand Forks.
Yeah, and one of their penalty killers too. So they're going to have to find somebody else to take his spot in the kill. They lose him for 2 minutes and shorthanded.
Now, Finn Lockwood, a very good defensive player, probably one of their top defensive players, and now he's in the bin for slashing. Time of the penalty at 2:25, and it's a power play brought to you by RBB Electric for East Grand Forks. And a quick chip on the near side by Grand Forks Central's Mac Blue, who doesn't get enough credit for being a good penalty killer.
Oh, he's great.
And here's a hooking call coming up against East Grand Forks. It looks like Cooper Hills is going in the box, and we're going to skate 4-on-4 for a minute 42, and East Grand Forks cashes in nearly an entire power play, and Tyler Palmasino, the head coach of the Green Wave, is over on the bench just shaking his head.
Yeah, that's just a head shaker. You can't take that penalty. And I was just going to say, too, 14 minutes left, you're down 2, you get this opportunity. You need to find a way on this power play to get a goal, and now you're out. Now it's 4-on-4. I mean, still a lot of ice out there, so you could do something, but 2-minute
minor for hooking on Cooper Hills. 2:47 the time of the penalty. It's 4-on-4 skating. Nick Corbett puts one in on the chest of Weston Nielsen. He'll cover that up, and I'm watching back here where Cooper DeZiel.
I was also watching that.
Nick Corbett came over, gave DeZiel a little cross-check, and I think that was one of those where the guy said, you know what, I'd do something about that if I wasn't so darn tired. Because they just sort of moseyed off the ice after that, right?
DeZiel's been in it with a few guys tonight. He seems to be attracting some attention.
Is he the pest out there? Is that the way that goes?
I don't know if he is.
I don't think that's his mentality. Donovan Bollock coming up the ice. Offside is the call. Che Kwame waiting for a chance to gain the offensive end. Bollock found him, but he's beyond the line.
I never had Cooper on any of my teams, so I don't know his demeanor. I'm trying to think of who would be the pest in the team. Clearly Mac Blue. That's a given.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I can see Ryder Burris getting into it a little bit.
You got to like him scrappy, right?
Yep.
Puck on the near side boards. Jordan Nowacki off a draw. 4-on-4 skating for another minute and change as East Grand Forks and Central exchange penalties here in the third period. 2-0 in favor of the Knights. A couple of goals in that second period for Grand Forks Central, and they lead the final game of the Gambucci Cup Series 2-0. Che Kwame looking back behind the net. Leaks one out in front. Turnover. Freeze of fire, and Weston Nielsen makes another big save for Grand Forks Central to keep that one out of the net.
Boy, Donovan Bollock had leaked behind everybody, and he was open at the far blue line, and I think the Central defender had his eyes on Bollock and not on the East Grand Forks skater standing right in the slot, and that's where the puck went.
Logan Nielsen trying to find Donovan Bollock, and that one will go through the neutral zone. We'll come back into the Central end for a draw with 26 seconds of 4-on-4 left. I mean, we're understating how good Weston Nielsen has been today. He was all by himself in that situation with Noah Freeze, and he's able to keep that one. You know, one goal here, it's a one-goal game, and that's a big play for Weston Nielsen off the turnover.
Yeah, he's made a couple of these kind of diving circus saves, but he's made more where it's been a really good opportunity for East Grand Forks, but he's just been there. He's been right there. He's been in position. He's been out on the top of his crease, so there's no angles to shoot at. Like, really solid saves for him tonight.
Yeah, not that he hasn't played well, but this is probably one of the better performances we've seen from him. And now Ryder Burris comes away after a turnover. He's in by himself, and Burris can't squeeze it through. Noah Schindele came to the top of the paint and cut his angle off. Central gets back to full strength, so a power play for 10 seconds, but East Grand Forks coming up the ice shorthanded. Corbett will turn this back into his own end for Hunter Varnson. Varnson coming back near edge. Trey Clausen picks up a loose puck for Central, and that's the end of the power play for the Knights. They get a shot away from Burris that's wide. Clausen trying to retrieve it. Cooper Hills is back out of the box. He'll turn one up ice looking for Tucker Lovejoy, but it's behind Lovejoy, and Finn Lockwood goes back to get it. Off the wall, taken by Gavin Walkenfuss. Grand Forks Central leading 2-0. Trey Clausen stepping up in the offensive end. Lovejoy cuts him off. Loose puck to Judd Pesh in the far corner. Paddled back towards Trey Clausen from Gavin Walkenfuss. A look back behind the net for Jordan Nowacki for East Grand Forks. He's being ridden and hogtied by Mac Blue.
Yep, they got it.
And Blue's going in, probably for holding. It is. I mean, Mac Blue was close to making a tackle. Trey Clausen's pleading the case for Mac Blue, but to no avail. And Mac Blue will serve 2 for holding at 5:17 of the third period.
Yeah, hard to argue that one. Mac was all over him there, but Ryan, it's when you take your hand off the stick and wrap it, right? I mean, it's the easiest call in hockey to make, and he might have got a grab or two in, but he just kept going, and they finally got him for it.
2-minute minor for Mac Blue for holding at 5:17 to the third. Another power play for East Grand Forks. This time they'll see if they can't make it a full power play. Brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online. Gavin Walkenfuss coming in by himself on a shorthanded rush for Central. Walkenfuss paddling around 3 different green wave before it's picked up by Jace Panzer. Panzer put it back behind the net for Nick Corbett. The green wave looking to break out with it. Puck right side, Colby's looking back into his offense, or actually his defensive end. Nolan Mellebrook following up the play as East Grand Forks gains the zone, but does so offside. And so we'll bring it back out onto the Central line for a draw with 1:29 left to go, a power play time for East Grand Forks.
Yeah, quick 30 seconds already gone off that kill, and East Grand Forks, all they could do is get it to the Central blue line for an offsides call. Great job by Central. Brian, we always say the blue line is a hard stop. You have to wait for that onside, obviously. So if you're a defenseman and you have, the puck carrier, you can be hard on that blue line because he's got to wait for all, the onsides call. And they did a great job there, Central's defenders.
Hunter Varnson picking up a puck, coming back to Nick Corbett. And Corbett will dump it up into the offensive end. Boy, I'll tell you what, East Grand Forks has not been able to get it together on this power play.
Yeah, that was just a puck that was just thrown in the zone and quickly stopped by Nielsen behind the net and dumped out by Central.
Corbett back to get it again, starting another rush, but they're down to 1 minute left of the man advantage. 2-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central, 10:40 to play third period. Cooper Hills up into the offensive zone, widening out right circle up and over the bar. So ring back towards the left for Hunter Varnson to get stuck into the corner. Varnson picks it up, gets back behind the net, thought about wraparound, that was cut off by Nielsen. To Hills, looking, he's got targets, comes back to Varnson in the right corner. Hills a look, out on top, Chance Van Epps had a shot blocked. Donovan Bollock will take that off the body. Back to Hills behind the net again. Hills taking a look. Comes back towards the near side. Turns it back behind the net for Van Epps. Hills, deep angle. Van Epps out of the right corner, following. Out to the high slot for Corbett. A sweep pass to Van Epps. Back to Corbett. 20 seconds left, man advantage. Back out on Van Epps. A jive inside, and Weston Nielsen knocks it down. There's an open net with a chance off the weak side for Hills. It's paddled away by Kaysen Panzer and Boone Canta. And we play on. Near side, another save by Weston Nielsen. That from Varnson. Van Epps turns it back to the right point. I'll look in, and that one goes wide from Nick Corbett. Back to full strength is Central. Mac Blue out of the box, and Boone Canta steps in. Another loose puck to the left of Weston Nielsen. We've got Varnson on the ice. Hill stepping in. Boone Canta tech Varnson down, and we'll see a stoppage with 9:33 left of the third period, and Central still clinging to a 2-0 lead.
Boy, the hardest push from East Grand Forks that we've seen in almost a period. They get 3, 4, 5, 6 chances right there, Ryan. And that last one, Nielsen went down. He thought he had it covered under his glove, and it was loose off to his left there. And he was about the only one on the ice who didn't realize it was loose still.
He is taking his game to a new level today as Weston Nielsen. Cole Beese out into the neutral zone, taking a deflected puck. So we're back to full strength for both teams. Central leading 2-0, 9:20 to play in the third period. And the Knights and East Grand Forks Green Wave digging away for a puck in the left corner of the Grand Forks Central zone. It comes back out high slot again. Loose again. Panzer sends one wide to the net from the right circle. Mellowbrook turns it back out to the point. Weston Nielsen takes another one off the body. That came from Tucker Lovejoy hanging out on the point. Burris trying to clear the puck, can't get it out. Works back into the corner. Logan Nielsen bangs it off the glass. This will trickle back into the neutral zone, and Lovejoy's back to get it. Mellowbrook on the right, dumps one in, will end up back behind the net. And East Grand Forks goes off on a change. So the Green Wave changing. Logan Nielsen back out center ice, able to find Jake Spicer. Spicer dumps one into the offensive zone. Schmiederberg's over to pick it up. Backhander off the wall, finding Noah Freeze. Freeze has been busy today. Loose puck back on the left, taken up by Jordan Nowaki, who took a shot in the head from Finn Lockwood in that situation. Lockwood got it back, chip pass to Trey Clausen. Clausen trying to float his way into the neutral zone, confronts 3 different Green Wave before Cordes comes up with possession for East Grand Forks. And Cordes will dump it back into the central end. Lockwood there, quick sweep back to the near side, able to find Kaysen Panzer. Panzer back up in the neutral zone. A stop by Bensley, and we may have an offside call coming up against Central with 8:05 left of the third. Draws brought to you tonight by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of egg tires in the region, and brought to you tonight by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround, family-owned promotional shop in Grand Forks.
Yeah, we're quickly under the halfway point here of this third period. East Grand Forks has got to get something going if they're going to make a run at this game.
You know, the thing you don't get is stoppages during the power play if it's going well, right? You're cycling, so pretty soon if you don't score, you look up, a lot of time is gone, and there's a shot that hits the side of the net from the left point by Ryan Clausen for East Grand Forks. Another dump in. This stays loose with Mellowbrook right on top of the crease. He can't find it cleanly. Lovejoy comes over trying to contain the puck. This works back to the dotted line, and Clausen will drive it back into the central zone once more. 7.5 to go. Stretch pass looking for Kirkaby for Central. Kirkaby dumps it inside the line, but East Grand Forks comes out with it, and quickly they come back up the ice. Cole Beese out in front, able to find Panzer. Weston Nielsen denies Panzer and covers up again.
Boy, that was a great play by East Grand Forks on the rush. They end up with a shot from the top of the crease, but guess who?
Weston Nielsen.
Yeah.
Been the best player on the ice perhaps today.
Yeah, I mean, this is, we did the Red River and Devil's Lake on Tuesday, and we saw Brody Forsberg, who we think is probably the best goalie in the state, just look so calm. It's like he's anticipating every shot. He always knew where to be. That's what Weston's doing tonight. It's like he's waiting for the save before you take the
Yep,
shot.
Yep. He's been in great position. And, you know, it seems like when a goaltender's doing it well, 90% of the battle is just body positioning and tracking, right? I mean, that really seems to be what it is.
100%, right? I mean, the way the hockey's played now, obviously you put a focus on getting guys to the front of the net, taking away the goalie's vision. So a lot of it, like you said, is just putting yourself in a position that makes sense, and then from there trying to track pucks. But he's doing both tonight. He's seeing everything.
Because playing goalie is a lot, I mean, it's very similar to what you see sometimes from an offense that's too active with the dangle and the snipe and that type of thing, where if you just work yourself right spot, do the little things. With goaltending, you think about making the stick save, making the kick save, you know, with the glove, right? If you body up and you square up, you take a lot of the shooting area away just doing those things.
Yep, good angles, make yourself big, put yourself in a good spot, and sometimes pucks just hit you.
Puck back out in the neutral zone. DeZiel making a pass to Mac Blue. 3-on-3 for Central. Good poke check by Cole Beast to jab it loose. DeZiel comes back with a loose puck on the left point, dumps it back in behind the net. 6.5 to play, third period. All true scoreboard reads Grand Forks Central 2, East Grand Forks nothing. Puck ends up floating back into the Green Wave zone. Back to get it, Finn Lockwood, along with Wyatt Blake for Grand Forks Central. Loose to the right wall, Milwaukee holds it in for the Green Wave. Dumps it back behind the Central net. Out towards the right side, Blake. Blake will turn it back to Donovan Bollock. Bollock trying to step around a defender, got away from Freeze, drives himself through a pair of defenders, then got taken down. Here comes another penalty against Central as Bollock was brought to the ice by Bodie Schmaltz, who we mentioned would be the 7th defender tonight. And Schmaltz ends up taking a penalty, I believe for holding. And Central's going to go on a power play with 6:01 to go. That's a tough power play to give up.
Tough one. But again, it's Donovan Bollock who's been great tonight. Just the things that he creates with his speed in that situation, he tried to split the East Grand Forks defenders, and because he's so quick and so fast, they had to take him down or he might have been free.
Logan Nielsen taking control for Central on the right point. This will be cleared out by Varnson. Varnson got it back into the neutral zone. The time of the penalty was at 10:59 of the third period. Central on the RBB Electric power play, leading 2-0. They score on the man advantage. This one might come to an end, and East Grand Forks probably has to roll the dice here.
I was going to say,
on this penalty kill.
They need to look and start thinking, hey, we may need to try and steal one here shorthanded. At least an opportunity.
Puck back behind the Central net. Logan Nielsen waiting. He'll hand it off, and Spicer will bring this up into the offensive end. Rylan Spicer finding Shea Kwame. Kwame gains the zone, then had a poke checked off his stick. Panzer comes away with it. He's up the ice with Tucker Lovejoy. Lovejoy tried to get a wrister away from the high slot. That was broken up, and Spicer steps back in to take control of the play for Central. 1:10 left to go. A penalty time for Grand Forks Central on the power play. Walkenfuss coming up the ice. Can't hold it. It's picked up by Lockwood on the line. He'll work off to the right for Mac Blue. Down to the doorstep for Walkenfuss. The net was open, but it went behind Walkenfuss and he couldn't find it.
Yeah, Judd Pesch got a stick on that. Otherwise, Walkenfuss has a tap in.
Puck back towards the near side. This will be cleared by East Grand Forks off the wall. Cole Schmiederberg will send it back into the central zone, and we'll see a pair of penalty killers change for the Green Wave. Puck back in the neutral zone. Burris off towards the right. DeZiel comes up with Mac Blue. Puck left in the far circle, batted at, ends up in the corner. Blue tried to steer it back to DeZiel. That one got away and floats back in the central zone.
Yeah, this power play for Central feels more like, hey, we're just going to control this puck and kill 2 minutes.
Burris looking up into the offensive end, backhanded down. Nick Corbett trying to steer away from Walkenfuss, and Corbett will spin it off the wall on the left side. And that'll bring us down to 10 seconds left to go of the power play. An uneventful power play except for one opportunity for Walkenfuss to be deflected through the neutral zone. Beast plays it back up to the central line. They've got Panzer, and Panzer ends up unable to hold on to control. The Green Wave get back to full strength. Schmaltz will go off the ice after taking the penalty. Jake Chupka comes out to replace him, and Central's back up ice with under 4 to play now and a 2-0 lead for Grand Forks Central.
Yeah, quick shifts for Grand Forks Central here. You can see it's 3 guys back at all times. No odd man rushes for East Grand Forks, or at least that's the plan.
Puck goes loose back behind the Grand Forks Central net. Knights try to clear it out. The zone held by Cole Beast for East Grand Forks. Lovejoy takes a hit from Logan Nielsen with the puck in the corner. Be retrieved by Donovan Bollock, and Bollock steps behind his own net looking back up ice for another rush. Bollock hit 2 pipes earlier. You know he's still thinking about that as he comes up the ice. Got turned around to the high slot. Van Epps will take the puck off his stick and flip it back into the neutral zone. Nielsen with a touch to keep it up ice. Kirkaby steps away from pressure. Then he got hit twice. Puck goes down loose on the ice. Kirkaby went down as well. Kwame over the top to knock one free. Loose puck taken back by Kirkaby. Wrister up and over the crossbar. And we'll see the puck retrieved by Cole Beast back behind the East Grand Forks net. We're under 3 to play in the third. Kaysen Panzer back in his own end. Dumps into the East Grand Forks zone. An attempt by Beast that's knocked down. Here's Kirkaby. He's got a step. Kirkaby trying to dangle back to the near side. Well, he didn't take a shot at all. I wonder if he was looking to kill time.
I think he was going to kind of wrap that around and then kind of lost the handle and he was going to center it, but
he tried to do like 4 things at one time.
He ran out of room is what happened. He ran out of room to make a shot on the initial breakaway type play, if you want to call it that, but then, like I said, looked like he wanted to stuff it. Couldn't make that happen. But you're just seeing Central right now. I mean, we talked about how they're going to play in the third. They're just playing textbook. Two-goal lead hockey, right? They're just, everything is safe, everything is easy, always have guys back. And real quickly now, we're going to timeout for East Grand Forks with 2.5 minutes left. They got to figure something out quick here.
Well, down 2 goals, and so I'm sure that Tyler Palmasino was talking about when to empty the net. If you need 2, you got to do it as soon as you can gain the offensive end, I would think.
Yeah, they got a face-off on their end, so I would say as soon as this puck is controlled on the other side of the red line, he's out.
Yeah, this is a face-off for Central on the offensive end. Yeah. So, yeah, once you get a pass, then you got to go that way, and that's where Tyler Palmasino uses a timeout here. So the Green Wave call for timeout. Timeout brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, and also brought to you today by Big Jim's Tire, your #1 supplier of ag tires in the region. Folks, we've got an interesting sports week coming up for you for coverage. Girls basketball on Monday night between East Grand Forks and Stephen Argyle. That will be in East Grand Forks. Then on Tuesday, we're going to have East Grand Forks hockey versus Moorhead. East Grand Forks boys basketball against Warroad. Warroad is 15-0. And Red River boys basketball against Fargo Davies. And one of those games going to be either radio only or on the 3rd streaming channel. We're not really sure how we're going to handle it yet, but we're going to figure it out. And then on Thursday, East Grand Forks boys basketball against Red River. And as of now, and there haven't been any changes on this or will look, Central is set to host a wrestling triangular, and we're going to bring that to you as well. We haven't done wrestling for a couple of years. We need to get back to that. And with a pair of teams in town to take on Central, I believe Red River's part of that. Why not? Cooper Hill's coming out with the puck for East Grand Forks, and the net is empty. Yep. So East Grand Forks will go with the extra attacker with 2:15 to play, down 2 goals. Puck left side, and Cole Beast with a drive that's deflected up in the air. Well, Rhino, you know, I feel bad here for you because if East Grand Forks scores one here with the extra attacker, that would have been the scenario that you were looking for.
That would have been the scenario. Then Central's got a. Do they both pull their goalie at that point?
Well, wouldn't that be something? The draw is won by East Grand Forks. Extra attacker on the ice. Puck on the right side. Corbett into traffic. Knocked away by Nielsen. There was a loose puck on the left side. Varnson waved at it. It was deflected in the air. Varnson again hits the side of the net. And then Varnson's taken down by Clausen, and Central gets a clear.
Boy, oh boy, I don't know what that hit, if it was Weston or if it was a Central defender's stick, but
they gave him his 30th save, so they must have thought it hit Nielsen.
Somebody was backdoor with a wide open net, and it's still 2-0.
1:56 left, and for Central, this might be the longest 1 minute 56 seconds of the season. Empty net on the East Grand Forks side. Central leading 2-0, and East Grand Forks needs 2 goals to try to get back into it, and Central will clear again, playing 6 seconds at a time. We're down to 1:48.
Up a goal in this situation, Ryan, you might start thinking about just chipping pucks out of the blue line. But down 2, honestly, if you get a look if you're Central from your end, you're firing all the way down.
Sure.
And going for the empty netter every time.
Or just clearing, right? You know, put yourself back together at that point, and you know, you got a goal to live with at that point, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd shoot for the net if I were Central every time. Even if it's icing, it's 2-goal lead, take it.
Corbett from the left point, squeaks one through, but wide. Puck will come back to Cole Beast in the left corner. Extra attacker on the ice for East Grand Forks. Green Wave leading 2-0, or I'm sorry, the Knights leading 2-0 over the Green Wave. And the Green Wave going at it for over 2 minutes of extra attacker hockey at this point, playing 6-on-5. Puck loose behind the Central net, comes back into the corner for Cole Beast. We have a whistle and a hand pass.
All the way down.
That's going to take it all the way back into the East Grand Forks zone, and they'll have to put Noah Schindele back in the net. There's another whistle that was blown.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Cole Beast is talking with an official, and they are face guard to face guard about something. And I think Cole Beese,
I don't think he liked the hand pass call, but he's going to lose that argument.
something else. Yeah, there's something else going on. He's being sent off the ice. The official over there talking with Tyler Palmasino about something, but they were unhappy with that exchange.
Ooh, Eric Martinson is hot right now.
So we draw in the East Grand Forks zone with Central leading 2-0. The Green Wave end up controlling the puck. Jace Panzer comes up the ice, fires one in on Weston Nielsen. The net will go empty again
Penalty
on the East
now.
Grand Forks side, and now there's a penalty coming up. I thought I saw a Green Wave hand get high from behind, and are we going to see a cross-checking call?
Yeah, this was on Central.
Was it on Central?
Yep, big hit in the corner.
Well, now it's 6-on-4 for 57.6 seconds and an offensive zone draw, and it's Donovan Bollock that's going in. So Bollock will get a cross-checking call at 16:02, and so 57.6 seconds of 6-on-4 hockey is anticipated. East Grand Forks up essentially 2 men. And Central trying to fight for control of a draw. DeZiel poked it out towards the line. It's taken back into the corner by Cooper Hills. And East Grand Forks in to get it. Off the wall, Cole Beese looking to Corbett on the high slot. Corbett got one through but wide. It's picked up off the end wall again. Jace Panzer back out to the point. Lovejoy sidestepping a defender. Mac Blue down the ice. It's got the room and it scores. And Mac Blue's going to end it with a shorthanded empty netter to make it a 3-0 lead for Grand Forks Central.
Note that one for after the game. You don't often see a goal scored and the goalie getting in on the team hug there. I'm just saying, if there's a celebration of the game today,
why not?
That's a nominee.
Time of the goal is going to be at 16:28 of the third period. And East Grand Forks takes a 3-0 edge. Noah Schindele will come back into the net. It's an empty net, shorthanded goal for Grand Forks Central to take a 3-0 lead for the Knights as time begins to wind down. Mac Blue with a pair of goals in this one today. And East Grand Forks will win the Gambucci Cup this season, but will be denied their sweep of the Grand Forks schools. In the meantime, 7 seconds separating Weston Nielsen from a big mark against the Green Wave, as he's going to earn it a 31-save shutout for Weston Nielsen, and he's feeling it right now.
Yeah, he is. He's pumped up. I mean, a shutout against East Grand Forks, that's a big game for him. And it didn't come easy, let's put it that way.
That's an accomplishment for Weston Nielsen and for Grand Forks Central, as they will shut out East Grand Forks this afternoon. Your final score on the All True scoreboard today will be Grand Forks Central 3, East Grand Forks 0. We'll come back with our post-game report brought to you by Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay with us. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Your local Circle K and Holiday Station stores are proud to support high school activities. Stop by the new Circle K location at 1316 South Washington Street for not only gas, but a wide array of hot and cold food, snacks for everyone, and a car wash. Open 24/7, 7 days a week.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel. Your locally owned owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com. Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks. Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports, as we take you to our post-game report today. Our post-game show is brought to you by Spray Advantage and Lake Region State College. Spray Advantage, make them a part of agricultural game plan now and for years to come. The difference between Spray Advantage and their competitors is that Spray Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage. Again, make them a part of your agricultural game plan. And Lake Region State College. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing. They have you covered at Lake Region State College. Get your 2-year degree and get earning, or keep those credits and go for the 4-year route at a North Dakota institution of your choosing. Lake Region State College with campuses in Devils Lake, at the Grand Forks Air Force Base, and also online at lrsc.edu. Well, first period today definitely belonged to East Grand Forks. Outshot Central 13-3, but early in the second period, Central began to take some control of the game, and they put a couple of goals on in the second, and then in the third they had an empty netter, but Brian, it was almost kind of a thing of beauty, not for East Grand Forks fans, certainly, but for Central fans to watch the Knights skate as well as they did, defend as well as they did, occupy space, and boy, get a 31-shot shutout from Weston Nielsen today to win this one 3-0. That third period was a real grinded-out type of game.
I thought they played, like I say, a perfect third period, but a really, really good third period given the circumstances. I mean, they like we talked about, they just came out. Everything was safe. They didn't take chances. Granted, East Grand Forks, they had some pushes. They had some power plays. They had opportunities to score. Don't get me wrong. And Weston Nielsen, as he was all game, was right every time they did. But I thought overall, I mean, the second and third period was really good periods. Second period, a lot of pressure from Central. They got some goals. In the third period, they just locked it down.
Let's take a look at our highlights of the matchup here today, and they're brought to you by Proseed. You need seed, you think Proseed. Proseed.net. A lot of stops that you get for our highlights here today. This is Grand Forks Central making the first one. There's a shot in the glove hand, and that was after a flurry that saw a big kick save by Weston Nielsen. Then Barneson robbed with the glove, and here's more thievery. This one, another chance off the right side. Panzer there. He got stopped as a dive back to the left by Weston Nielsen. Put a stick in front of a puck. Then Walkenfuss laying one out towards the near side and finding a big goal for Mac Blue. That was the second goal today that puts Central up by a score of 2-0. And then later, of course, you see once again Nick Corbett, another big shot coming in, another save from Weston Nielsen. And one more time, you'll see Weston Nielsen coming up big. A turnover. Nielsen right there to take one away from Noah Freeze. But those are the highlights that we have brought to you by Proceed. You need seed? You think Proceed, proceed.net. It was just that kind of day. Weston Nielsen gets hot. Not going to say he stole the game because the defense was there and Central put a couple of goals in the net, but 31 shots today for East Grand Forks and 31 stops for Weston Nielsen in the shutout of a really good hockey team.
Yeah, I'm trying to just go through my head. Is that Central's first shutout of the year?
It may be.
I'm pretty sure it is. So I mean, we saw Weston Nielsen celebrating emphatically after the game. That's probably why. I think that was the first goose egg for Central this season.
I'll go ahead and take a look at it. We'll pull up the numbers from highschoolhockeynd.com as we haven't taken a look at. I obviously weren't anticipating a shutout today, so that's not really something that you go ahead and take a look at that point, right? But for Grand Forks Central, it's not just a shutout, as we mentioned. It's a very, very good team that they end up shutting out here as well. And not sure if we'll be able to find the game history for Grand Forks Central quickly off of their, it says game schedule here. So let's see if that will give us the number to answer the question here. But let's see what we got here. Go back to the very beginning. This or just recently here. This will give us, so November 11-2 Grafton Park River. 3-2 loss East Grand Forks, 9-2 over West Fargo. Paging through, they don't have a shutout on the schedule until today. Even Grafton Park River got a couple of goals, so shutting out East Grand Forks, that's a big deal. First shutout of the year earned by Weston Nielsen and by Grand Forks Central. And I mean, they played extremely well. Keep in mind, Donovan Bollock hit a couple of posts pretty square back here. One of those go in, looks like 4-0 and kind of some dominance today. Even though they were outshot, they weathered the storm from East Grand Forks this afternoon.
Yeah, they did a good job. Like I said, that's why you have a goalie, right? And a good one is when you do break down, because every team does, no game is perfect. You're going to have breakdowns. You're going to need your goalie to be there, and he was today. But outside of some flurries, especially in the second and third period, Central did a really good job of just kind of keeping East Grand Forks at bay, controlling the puck, scoring goals when they had chances, and it culminates in a 3-0 win.
We'll come back after another break in our post-game report. We'll take a look at our player of the game with our 3 stars of the game. We'll also take a look at our finest auto trim, finest cover, our celebration of the game as well, and also our goals against hunger with Northland Community and Technical College as we continue with our post-game report. Post-game report today brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College, and we're back to wrap this one up in a couple of moments on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
There's never been a better time of year than now to get that new Ford from Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks. It's the model year closeout, and you can drive off in a new F-150 XLT and save up to $14,500 or choose low 2.9% financing for 60 months. Ford Escape, another great buy. Save up to $4,250 and get low 1.9% for 66 months. Hurry in for huge discounts and low financing during our model year closeout at Nelson Auto Center in Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
Postgame report continues from Civic Center Arena here in East Grand Forks, where your final score this afternoon is Grand Forks Central 3 and East Grand Forks nothing. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz, and Luca Carpenter with you here today as we continue along with our coverage. Postgame report brought to you by Lake Region State College. Lake Region State College, we change lives. And Spray Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come at Spray Advantage, with all that you're looking for in stock at Spray Advantage for application and spraying on your farm. Well, as we get to the post-game report, we'll go through our player awards here coming up. But one thing I did want to mention here before we move on from the day today, I'll tell you what, we had a really, really busy week on KNOX Live Sports. We got 3 really busy weeks to come before we get into the East Region Tournament. And I just want to say a big thank you to all of the guys that have been putting in a lot of hours here to make this thing go. We're talking about Adrian Cummings. We're talking about Sam Jensen, been out there doing the thing. Joey Springer, one of our videographers. Luca Carpenter is here today. And you too, Ryan. I mean, thank you. I mean, it's a Saturday afternoon, and you know, you don't have to be here. I mean, there's a lot of you earn a Saturday when you're doing the work that you do. And so to be here calling a hockey game with us, and you're just as reliable as can be, really just appreciate you being here, Ryan. You add so much to it. So thank you so much for hanging out with us here on a Saturday. I really appreciate that. Probably unmute you.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity because it's a good excuse to come to these games. Like we've talked about, coach a lot of these boys, sort of see them play throughout the season. It's a good excuse to get to the rink.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it because we're certainly enjoying you and all the guys in the sports department that have kind of helped us take this up to the next level. Again, post-game report continues with Grand Forks Central winning by a score of 3-0 today. Let's go through our post-game awards, and we'll start with our points against hunger today, goals against hunger, brought to you by Northland Community and Technical College. Northland Community and Technical College right here in East Grand Forks, and right now Northland Community and Technical College is pushing for you the opportunity to get that liberal arts degree and get started in a number of careers with that liberal arts opportunity that you have at Northland Community and Technical College. They're not that far from where we're at right now at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena, and they partner with us in KNOX Live Sports to make sure that we have an opportunity to stamp out hunger with our goals against hunger. With the way that our teams score, dollars are donated to the Pioneer Food Pantry at East Grand Forks. And today, $3 will be donated to the Pioneer Food Pantry by Northland Community and Technical College to help stamp out hunger in our region. Northland Community and Technical College, make sure you find them. Find out more about what you can do with that liberal arts degree from Northland Community and Technical College. Let's take a look at our celebration of the game today. And our celebration of the game is brought to you by Balloons by Misty. It's not a celebration until the balloons arrive. And Balloons by Misty, as you covered, they've been doing work nationally. Their work is getting a lot of recognition right now. They're right here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's an opportunity for you to take advantage of turning your celebration into a next level celebration, big birthdays, milestones. They can do a lot of different things. And right now there's probably some graduations that are beginning to be talked about, right? So Balloons by Misty, it's not a celebration until the balloons arrive. And we snap this right at the end of the game. We mentioned 31 save shutout performance today for Weston Nielsen. Here's how the game comes to an end today as Weston Nielsen gets the shutout, and you can see the camera pan back over to him and the crowd get around him there as they celebrate their goalie getting a shutout. That's a big accomplishment to come across the river and shut out East Grand Forks.
And any time that you can shut out anybody, the team is pumped.
Absolutely.
Especially, like you said, if it's a cross-river rival, call it.
And it's not a shutout with 14 saves, and you didn't have to do a whole lot, right? This was a 31 save.
Oh, he earned it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
He earned it tonight.
Yep. So a great credit to him, and Balloons by Misty bringing you our celebration of the game right there at the end of the game today. All right, 3 stars of the game brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. At PS Garage Doors, they have you covered servicing any make and model of garage door. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR, and the PS also stands for painless shopping. If it's time for you to get a new garage door in 2025, they have you covered. You can find shopping in their warehouse right across I-29, 4733 Demers in the Industrial Park. PS Garage Doors with our 3 stars of the game. So, Rhino, you've got 3 written out. I have a feeling that there's a dude that got celebration of the game that's probably going to pick up another award or so throughout the course of the day today. But tell us about your 3 stars of the game that you selected for today.
You don't want any input on this? I'm just rolling with this?
Well, you seem to have 3 picked out. I trust your judgment on it, so you go ahead.
The number 3, we're going to go Donovan Bollock. I thought he was – I'm going to contradict myself. I thought he was maybe Central's best skater in that he was the most noticeable. He went the hardest. He created the most. Didn't get on the score sheet quite as much as our second guy will, foreshadowing. But he was great today. I thought Bollock was great in all areas of the ice. I thought he – kind of set the tone for Central today.
Yeah, he created a couple of opportunities early, and you could tell that he was upset about being snake bit by that left post, and so he got after it after that, but he really did create a lot of opportunities today. Donovan Bollock, 3rd star. 2nd star, guy that puts in a couple of goals for us
Yeah,
today.
If you get 2 of 3, then you're going to be up there. So Mac Blue, who also had a great game today.
He did.
Outside of the goals, he was good, but he gets the second one that, in retrospect, felt like that one put it out of reach, and then the third one that definitely put the dagger in this one. So Mac Blue gets a 2nd star of the game.
Let's see if we can take a look at that. I believe this is the goal that we had from Mac Blue. Actually, this is going to be a save from Weston Nielsen. We'll let you go ahead, a little precursor there, but this will be the goal from Mac Blue, and this is Blue coming up the ice, and a great play here that's created down on the doorstep by Walkenfuss, and then Mac Blue comes up with a goal to keep that going in the right direction today, but that was Mac Blue scoring the first of 2. He had an empty netter today as well. And our number 1 star that we have today,
31 save, shutout. Easy one today. Weston Nielsen played great. We talked about it throughout the broadcast. He was just so dialed in today. I'm not going to say everything looked easy because there were some tough ones, but as the game went on, he just seemed to find a groove where he was one step ahead of East Grand Forks. When they took a shot, he was already there waiting for it. I thought he was great today. Maybe the best game I've seen him play maybe ever. That I've seen, personally.
Yeah, 31 saves, a shutout of East Grand Forks. 3 stars of the game today brought to you by PS Garage Doors, Donovan Bollock, Mac Blue, and Weston Nielsen. And our final award today, the Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. Big or small, they cover it all. I've got this one, by the way.
Okay.
Finest Auto Trim specializes in the recovery of vehicle and marine seats. If you've got a boat that you want to get out in the water just as soon as you can this year, the seats are faded, cracked, and not doing their job. Get that boat now to Finest Auto Trim so they can work ahead of you, for you, so that you can get out on the water when it's time to find that opportunity this spring and summer. We're earning it with this cold weather right now, so get out there and enjoy it. And if you've got a hot rod that you want to take to that next level for the upcoming summer driving season, Finest Auto Trim can take care of a lot of the interior work for that as well. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. I mean, Weston Nielsen, 31 saves, easy, but you got to pick one, right? So here's the one. This is Weston Nielsen coming back, diving to his left to take one away from Jace Panzer right there with the stick. That might have been the play that set the tone for the type of day that he was going to have when he got back to his left and stopped Jace Panzer, who was waiting with the wide open net. Hey, Weston Nielsen, great effort today. He deserves all the credit.
Yeah, that was early. Was that 11 minutes? Is that what it was?
That was in the second period, I think. But no, that was in the first period.
It was in the first because it's down here. So, I mean, I thought the clock's at like 11. So that puck goes in, it's a different game.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
I mean, you break the goalie early, and all of a sudden things might start popping. Maybe he goes off and still has a good game, but if that one goes in, it's a different hockey game for sure. So
31 saves today for Weston Nielsen. He'll pick up the finest cover of the game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim. And that's going to do it for our coverage today. For those of you on the radio side, we're going to turn you over to MVR, already in progress here in a couple of moments. Video side, we thank you for joining us. We're back at it again on Monday with girls basketball, East Grand Forks girls basketball. That'll be over at the East Grand Forks Senior High School. We'll have that for you coming up on KNOX Live Sports. Next hockey action Tuesday, it's Moorhead and East Grand Forks here in this building. We're going to see one of the best teams that AA hockey in Minnesota has to offer with the Spuds and the Green Wave coming up on Tuesday night. We'll see you back here for that one. Rhino, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you, sir.
Absolutely.
Ryan Kuntz joining us for color commentary and analysis today. Luca Carpenter was our videographer, giving us those great highlights that we had for you this afternoon as well. Grand Forks Central wins it 3-0 over East Grand Forks. For KNOX Live Sports, I'm Ryan Cunningham saying so long. For the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, we rejoin regular programming on the radio side next.